edit that show so that it makes sense. So yeah, they're still working on what they can salvage from Powerrr. But what they're doing instead is giving us pay-per-views for free. These are shows that you have to basically buy. You had to buy them on Fight, or you go to the NWA shop, and then you could buy them on like DVD from there. So these are big shows. These are not shows that were ever intended to be on YouTube. So very, very exciting. Last week we got NWA 70. Really enjoyed it. I think a lot of you in the chat really enjoyed it as well. Got such great positive reviews from everyone that was watching last week. It was just nice and chilled. It was nice and relaxed. We just had a laugh, and that's exactly what we're going to do again tonight. So yeah, this is an older show that we're going to watch, but I think for many of us, we won't have seen it before. I certainly haven't seen it before, and I am very, very excited for it. I think really going back into the history of the NWA, even the immediate history, because this show only comes from last year. Going back into the immediate history is so interesting, just kind of learning a little bit about the journey, how we got to Powerrr, and kind of seeing, you know, how the company got itself ready for Powerrr, how it got its champions in position, how it sorted its roster out. There's some people we're going to see tonight that aren't part of Powerrr anymore. People like Ali, you know, the bunny from AEW. She is on the show tonight. So this is what I'm saying, you know, it's very interesting to see that journey. So very, very much looking forward to tonight. Very much looking forward to tonight. So yeah, I mean, we could have ended up with just a little half-hour thing filmed from someone's home. You know, that's the kind of content I was expecting the NWA to make. I was expecting them to reach out to their wrestlers and just get some messages together or something, and that'd be fine. You know, in these times, you have to just take what you can get. The fact that they are giving us pay-per-views for free is staggering. Absolutely staggering, and this is meant to be a very fun pay-per-view as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. Right, shout out to everyone that's with us and joining us and still on their way over. I do want to just shout out, this is the NWA podcast. We do it every stream. You know that I absolutely love those guys, and I was just over there, and they had Dawn O Wrestling. Dawn is a big part of the NWA family. She's been to like loads of the shows. She is so knowledgeable as well. She was talking about Ric Flair, and she was talking about like going to this show tonight. She was actually at this pop-up event. She comes across like the nicest person in the world, like the kind of person that you don't really think exists. Well, they just did an interview with her, and it was brilliant. If you've not seen it, I urge that you check that out. So shout out to This Is the NWA podcast. Shout out to Dawn O Wrestling. Shout out to all of you. Jackson Oak, how you doing, buddy? Famous KJ Carter. This is the NWA. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was actually paying so much attention to it. I was a little bit late setting up the stream. Like, I'd done bits of it, but there was still loads to do. But I just found myself sitting there and watching your interview with Dawn. I love that Stranger program. I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, shout out to you guys. I hope everyone is well as well. This is obviously a very weird time that we're living in. We've just done our first day in lockdown. Our first day in lockdown. It feels like we've been in lockdown for months already. Like a day feels like months. It's kind of really weird. It's a weird world that we're living in at the moment, and that's why you've got to give credit to the likes of the NWA for still giving us this kind of content, this kind of a show. As we said, they could have just, you know, thrown anything together, but instead they're giving us a show that normally you would have to pay for free on YouTube. So brilliant. The Moda is here. Hello, Moda. Hello, Moda. How you doing, buddy? Moda joining our community yesterday, making a big splash And brilliant that Moda is able to join us. Moda, do you watch NWA? Let me know if you're an NWA fan, or is this going to be one of the first shows that you're going to be watching? Government is texting people to stay indoors. I go out all day, says Johnny Bates. Moda alert. There is a Moda alert. Right, are you streaming? Am I streaming Benoit tonight? No, I don't know. What do you mean? Is there's been a show on Benoit, and Benoit was trending, but it was just a one-off thing, wasn't it? Or is it like a two-part thing? I don't know. But 100%, I am not streaming that. I'm borderline not watching that. People are so fascinated by this Benoit thing, but I keep repeating myself, I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered. I think it was an absolute tragedy. It's a tragedy that doesn't hold a great deal of mystery for me. It's just a horrific thing that happened, and innocent lives were lost, and it's not something that I'm interested in. I'm just not interested in it. I'll probably end up watching the program. I do get caught up in the buzz of things. Like, if that was a show that was just on TV and no one paid it any attention, I wouldn't watch it. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't watch it. But the fact it was trending, the fact everyone keeps asking me, have you seen it? The fact that, like, it's being made out to be this big deal, I will end up watching it, I'm sure. But to be honest, out of everything that's going on in the world right now, and certainly in the world of wrestling, what with WrestleMania behind closed doors, what with NWA giving us free pay-per-views, and, you know, everything that's going on, it's very, very low on my priority list. Just been watching a lot about Eddie. What's the picture behind you? Do you know what? That was actually given. This is a true story, you know. This picture was given to me, sent over to me by the NWA. How mind-blowing is that? This is the image that they're going to use on their thumbnail. So they very kindly sent me the image without any text on or anything. It's just if you look at the thumbnail, they've added the pop-up event logo, and it says full event. They sent this over to me. They were like, you can use this for your background. I was like, thank you, Mr. or Mrs. NWA. I love those guys. Eli Gaming Station. Shout out to you, buddy. Says, Days, you are the NWA cherub, but what is your real name? Okay, get a pen, get a paper. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this once, right? So make sure you write this down. Days. Okay? D-A-Z-E. Yeah? You managed to get that down? Done. Keep that to yourself. Yeah? I don't want to be seeing that getting spread around. How is Disney Plus? I've not watched a great deal. I've not had chance to watch a great deal because we were obviously streaming quite late last night. But Disney Plus did launch in the UK last night. I did watch a couple of episodes of The Simpsons that I hadn't seen, which I thought were quite fun. They were from like season 15. It must be around that point where I stopped watching religiously. So it's quite a few episodes I've not seen of The Simpsons. So yeah, watch some of that. I also watched a great documentary about Walt Disney and how he made the Disney World, and it's called Imagineering. So if you've got Disney Plus, I recommend that. It's called Imagineering. There's loads of footage of Walt Disney talking about why he wants to make Disney land and all this kind of stuff. A little bit like this is the NWA podcast. They're constantly saying, film the journey. It's all about the journey. Like, there's no point just filming the destination when you get there. It's all about the journey. That's what Imagineering is. It shows you how Disneyland kind of came to be. And the fact that he had this whole department that literally was just there to make his dreams come true. He had this whole department, and he would just go up with these wacky ideas, and they would work out how to make them happen. How incredible is that? This whole department that he just went to, it was called Imagineering, and he'd just be like, I want a robot of Abraham Lincoln. And they were like, yes, done. And they went off and did it. So I want that. I want to get to the point where I've got my own department that can make those kind of dreams come true as well. So Film the journey. That's what Disney did. Would you ever come to the Lake District? I've been to the Lake District. I've been to Shap. Shap's in the Lake District, isn't it? So I've been there. Did you hear about the news in Orlando? I don't know. I've heard a bit of news. There hasn't been loads of news today. I was expecting a lot more news, but there hasn't been loads of news. Normally we're sitting here just rabbiting away, but we're not actually drowning in a great deal of news at the moment. I think it's because there's no time for news. Like, they're having to, like, just literally put out so many fires, and things are changing all the time. The only thing I heard is that Rey Mysterio and Dana Brooke are self-isolating. We don't know why. I mean, I don't know if they've caught the virus, or if some of their family have caught it, or if it's just a precaution. Maybe they've got some health issues that means that they're vulnerable. I honestly don't know, but it looks like Rey Mysterio and Carmella are not going to be a part of WrestleMania. They are self-isolating, so I heard about that. I heard that they're going to do the takeover matches on NXT, so there's not going to be a separate takeover show, and that's it. I think they're filming, and John Cena Fiend might have a big Hollywood feel, and it might be in a warehouse. Like, apparently it's going to have a big, like, budget feel. It's going to be something very different. So Cena versus The Fiend is going to be fascinating. Well, the whole of WrestleMania is going to be fascinating. And of course, we will be watching it, doing the watch long across both days. Very much looking forward to that. But again, just to get it back to the NWA, very much looking forward to this. This is going to be a very, very interesting show for me because, as we said, not a show that I've seen before, but one that has got a lot of people that we know of that's in this show. And they've even got, like, Mr. Corgan in the thumbnail. Obviously, we can see David Arquette and Joe Cephas and Tim Storm. Main event tonight is going to be Nick Aldis, the champ, defending against James Storm. Yeah, there's quite a few matches on here. Ali, the bunny, as we said, taking on Jazz, who around this time was the women's champion. Obviously, you'll know quite a bit because I believe this was the show that followed on from NWA 70. So if you watched NWA 70 with us last week, you're in a good place. If you didn't, this is still going to be a real easy show just to jump into. So if you are watching, wondering, where is this show that he's talking about? It's on the NWA YouTube channel. If you search NWA Pop Up or NWA Wrestling, then it'll take you to their YouTube, and then you will be able to watch the show for free over on that channel. Lord French Fries, shout out to you, says, hi Days, hope your day is going well. It's all right, buddy. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't done a great deal. I was up till like quite early. Obviously, I stream at night because we're here in the UK, and then I stayed up so that I could show Mama Days how to use Disney Plus because it's more for her than it is for me. So I stayed up to show her that, and then I went to bed. Got up just after lunchtime. Obviously, caught up with the news. Was on Twitter for a little bit, just watched This Is the NWA podcast and what they were doing, and now we're streaming. So yeah, this is kind of my life. This is what happens, and I'll likely do the same tomorrow, kind of, you know, go to bed, get up, check the news, and then get ready for NXT and AEW. So hope you're well as well, bud. Do you play 2K20, says Kieran. Do I play 2K20? No, I don't even own the game. I was really tempted to get it, but I didn't bother getting it because of the glitches and all of the bad press. And I gotta be honest, I bought the last few 2K games, and I don't like them. I've got to be honest, I don't like them. I'm not a fan of the 2K games. I think that they try to be too realistic, and they actually take away quite a bit of the fun. I much prefer, rather than a simulation, this is like super realistic, I much prefer like a more arcade kind of a style. Very much like what Retromania Wrestling looks like. That new game that's got like the NWA like arenas in. You can have the Power stage. I wish they'd released that now. I bet they wish they'd released it now. Everyone's stuck indoors. People would love that game. I know it's not ready, though. They have been saying on Twitter. They keep teasing that they're going to put Orange Santa in it as well. Have you noticed? They keep sending out little, like, Santa emojis and things like this. So, definitely keep an eye on Retro Mania Wrestling. It's going to be available on PS4, Xbox, the PC, the Switch, the Game Boy. It's going to be on all the big consoles. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Eric Dorigi says, Days! Good to see that you are healthy. How's the fam? I honestly thought you said, how's the farm? And I was like, I don't have a farm, but I wish I had a farm. How's the fam? I think the fam are all right. I feel absolutely fine, but my voice is kind of not going, but we're doing a lot of streams, man. We're doing a lot of streams at the moment, and you know, rightfully so. People are bored. They're indoors. They're kind of, do you know what I mean? Don't know what to do. Just kind of feel like we need this community more than ever right now. So, yeah, we're back again tomorrow for NXT and AEW. I'm really interested in doing something on Thursday as well. We're back on Friday for SmackDown. I don't know what we'll do on Saturday, but on Sunday we got WrestleMania 32, which is being shown on ESPN. Then we're back to Raw. Then we're back to NWA. Then we're back to NXT and AEW. It never stops, guys. It never stops. Shout out to Brian Schaefer. This is the NWA. Says, all I do is make content and watch wrestling, Days. Days, did you ever see an indie show in the UK? That's a really good question, Michael. Let me know, what was your favourite indie show that you've ever been to? Because I'm lucky that I've been to a few, and my favourite is actually a video that's on the Wrestling Days channel. I went to Wolverhampton, right? Which doesn't sound very glamorous, and there's a reason for that. It's not. But I went to Wolverhampton, which is where Trent Seven is from. And Trent Seven has got his own indie promotion. And the main event was British Strong Style. So Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven facing the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. That was the main event of this indie show I went to in Wolverhampton. There was literally about 1,000 people all in a room that could hold 500. It was rammed. It was you couldn't get a seat. It was standing room only. It was well over capacity. Like, it was borderline dangerous, but they just did the show. So yeah, it was crazy. They had Tegan Knox, they had Leo Rush, they had Mark Andrews, they had Marty Scurll. Marty Scurll at that time was in a tag team with Zack Sabre Jr. He was there as well. Pentagon Jr. was on this show. The card was like your dream indie card, if you know what I mean. Like, before AEW, would have been nice to have had maybe some NWA styles on there. But, yeah, they had Jimmy Havoc, Tegan Knox, Mark Andrews, Pentagon Jr., Omega, Young Bucks, British Strong Style. Man, there was loads. And there's a video on the channel. I actually meet Tyler Bate before the show begins. As you walk in, British Strong Style were right there. And I went over and got a quick picture with Tyler Bate. So, incredible. That video is on the channel. Days, can you start a Wrestling Days gaming channel? I wouldn't have time, and also I haven't got a game that I really want to play. I'm not really a gamer, if I'm being honest. I've got a PlayStation, but I got a PlayStation for the odd game and for more for the wrestling games, and for the network, so I could watch the network because I didn't have a smart TV at the time, and yeah, just like things like that. So I might, well, I think I will do some gaming videos when that Retromania Wrestling comes out, because I'm really interested in that. Genuinely interested in it. We know that the real world's champ is in it, Nick Aldis. So you can play as Nick Aldis. We know that Road Warrior Animal is in it. The BWO is in it as well. We've got, who else got announced? Colt Cabana is in it. John Morrison is in it. Some Austin Idol is in it as well. So yeah, it looks a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. But sadly, I think that's out like June. I think it's June time. So I watched Starrcade 97. I forgot how epic Sting and Hogan's build was. That build went on forever, wasn't it? That was like a long build. Azriel says, my favourite indie show was Evolve 87, Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee. Michael says, that sounds like a UK Mania. Fantastic. Good for you. Yeah, thank you, Michael. I was really fortunate to get tickets for it, because as you can imagine, it sold out very, very quickly. But yeah, I was really fortunate when they announced it on Twitter. I saw it straight away. And Kenny, I think Kenny in particular is one of those, at the time, you know, he was still doing you're going back a couple of years, so it was around the time of the Okada matches, and he was the hottest wrestler in the world, and I had to say I've seen him live is definitely one off the bucket list, yes. Days, have you ever been to a football match? Yeah, I've been to quite a few. I can't wait for the Retro Mania game to come to console, says Dave in real life. I agree, bud. I agree. I'm very excited for that game. I'm very excited for quite a few things. I'm very excited for tonight. I'm very excited for that game. I'm really looking forward to WrestleMania. Like, lockdown is treating me all right at the moment. Things are okay. So, hopefully, as I said, it's treating all of you guys all right as well. So, Tick Plays, shout out to you, my friend. Days, you should start making WWE and Monster Jam videos. We don't have Monster Jam here. They come and visit, but it's not on TV. Or at least I don't believe it's on TV. If it is, it's on a channel buried on cable somewhere, but I've never seen it. But we do have the toys in store because they do come and visit. I think they were over quite recently, which is why there's quite a few of their toys in the shops at the moment. But yeah, we don't have them on TV otherwise. Jacob B. Snow says, Days, I can't watch WrestleMania stream for both days because I have to watch it on my phone on the network. I wish I could, though. I can't miss those matches, Fiend and Cena. Dude, that's totally understandable. I would never want anyone... I mean, this is a very strange thing for me to say, but I would never want anyone to watch this over watching wrestling. This is meant to be a way for us to enjoy watching the shows together, so it's very strange for anyone to kind of choose to watch this over an actual wrestling show, but because this is meant to be kind of like a little sidekick. This is if that's the Batman, this is the Robin. Yeah, that's the way to think about it. If that's the Laurel, this is the Hardy. Yeah, so I very much, if that's the Shawn Michaels, this is the Marty Jannetty. So yeah, this is kind of what it's for, and I love doing it, and I love having you guys here. Days, have you got a Switch? No, I haven't. Eric Dorishi says, Retro Mania can't come fast enough. Is Pork Chop Cash in the game? For those of you that don't know, a few months ago, it is months now, there was a couple of guys dressed in blue. They were like the Blues Brothers on Raw, WWE Raw. They were sat in the crowd, and they were holding up a sign that said Pork Chop Cash for Hall of Fame, right? Or wasn't it like, why isn't Pork Chop Cash in the Hall of Fame, or something like this? Or Pork Chop Cash should be in the Hall of Fame. Something to do with Pork Chop Cash and Hall of Fame, but I can't quite remember the wording. The biggest thing here is, who the hell is Pork Chop Cash? I hadn't got a clue. I've never even heard of Pork Chop Cash, and we were joking about that's all we like to carry around, and we don't carry coins, we don't carry notes, we just carry Pork Chop Cash. But it turns out it's an actual wrestler. It's an actual wrestler who used to compete in the territories, obviously the NWA, and yeah, now kind of like a mini celebrity on our streams. Pork Chop Cash. Unfortunately, not in the game. Not in the game. Seriously, if you could design a wrestling game, what would it have to have? That's a nice question. If you could design a wrestling game, what would it have to have? Again, feel free to answer these questions in the chat. If you could design a wrestling game, what would you want it to have? For me, it's got to have a real mixture of legends and current stars. I'd be looking for a 50-50 split, to be honest. I love the legends as much, if not more, than the current roster. So, I want people like Harley Race. I want people like Bruno Sammartino. I want Buddy Rogers. I'm not sure Buddy Rogers has ever been in a game, but he is the first WWE champ, former NWA champ. People like Alundra Blaze. People like, current stars like Thunder Rosa, Camille. People like Asuka. I want to see NWA. I want to see WWE. I want to see AEW. And I know this is impossible. I know it's impossible. I know you can't do this because they're all under different contracts. But I'm just saying, if I could have my dream game, give me like 500 people, give me 50-50 split between legends and current stars. That way you're going to get a lot of the current stars. You're going to get a lot of legends as well. I'm thinking PS5 is going to be able to handle this kind of a request. 500 stars. NWA, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NXT. I want all of that. I want it to have GM mode. I want it to be arcadey. I want it to be fun. I want gameplay to be the thing. I don't need it to be like super realistic. Yeah, I can just watch wrestling if I want super realistic. I want super fun. That's what I want. Super fun. So, think like Street Fighter 2. No one watched Street Fighter 2 or played Street Fighter 2. Saw people like Blanca or Delsim with his stretching arms and went, no, this is silly. This is silly. I don't know why they're doing this. This isn't realistic fighting. No one ever did that. Like, it was a great fun game, and that's what wrestling is meant to be, like a cartoon, isn't it? It's a cartoon that's come to life. So, look at like the question mark. How much fun people have with the question mark, and gimmicks and the Undertaker, the Dead Man and all this kind of stuff. I just kind of feel like we've taken a lot of fun out of wrestling. You don't tend to get those characters as much, and like the games have got more serious, and wrestling needs a bit of fun back. Jody Gilly says, I'm out of work for the rest of the week. I had a mild fever this morning. Can't go back until my tests come back negative, brackets, which it will. Wow, Jody, look, rest up, mate, because it's really, really important that nurses that are on the front line, are getting rest, which, you are. You work in nursing, and shout out to you, shout out to everyone that's doing all that vital work at the moment. Absolutely vital work. So, yeah, incredible. Incredible, Jody. Rest up because the world will need you. Right, we've got our little countdown music. Let me tab down. Shout out to the Insiders Wrestling Podcast. Brilliant episode from those guys yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Great reviews, great response. I thought that it was a step up, not a massive step, but it didn't need to be, but a step up from episode 1. Just really good stuff, and great to see so many people over there as well, having a laugh in the chat. So, got another one of those coming on Friday. Don't forget as well, after the pop-up show tonight, this is the NWA podcast. They will be doing a review, I believe, because they tend to. They'll surely let you know if they are in the chat. But, make sure that you head over there, because, again, we'll be over there having fun in their chat. Although, to be honest, I tend to just lurk in the shadows. They tend to have a lot of people over there, so I try to stay out of the chat. But I will be over there watching. I watch every week. I always have it on. As soon as this finishes, I just turn them on. I certainly turn Adam on, I know that much. Hello. But here we go. We are 30-odd seconds away. Ben Russell says, Days, my favourite indie show was a show I went to on my birthday a few months ago. A promotion called Respect Wrestling. And the show was called Bout Ye. What? Bout Ye? Okay. Sounds weird. Who was there, Ben? Can you give me some wrestlers that were there? Shout out to me, from me, because I'm a strong, independent woman. Yes. Has anyone seen that video that Lana dances to? Lana has done some dancing to this hot new track. Yeah? Guys, there's a hot new track. And, look at this. Yeah, there's a hot new track. Oh, look at this. Yeah, David winning the, we haven't spoke about any of this. I am the worst. I haven't spoken about David Arquette being on this show. Of course, David Arquette in the 90s would go on to become the World Wrestling Champion. Very controversial. What is this? Is this a film about it? Wow. This looks amazing. This looks amazing. I didn't know about this. David Arquette. I've got respect for David Arquette. I've never hated on David Arquette. Because I know that he has a real passion for wrestling. And he returns to professional wrestling. And he's on the pop-up show tonight. He's going to be taking on Josephus. David Arquette, obviously, very famous actor. This is amazing. This is so good. What is this documentary? When's this coming? A David Arquette documentary, yes. There's a huge spoiler behind you. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. It's a hair versus hair match. Whoever loses gets their head shaved. But I don't want to know who wins. I've not seen this show before. Oh. Look at this. This is great. I've got TikTok. I thought I was cringe till I saw Lana's. I loved it. I love Lana's. I love that tune. There's a new tune called Savage. I'm a savage. Dunna, dunna, dunna. Dunna, dunna, dunna. It's really good. I'm going to learn the dance and I'll do the dance. I don't know when this is out. David Arquette. But I don't know when it's out. But that looks awesome anyway. Looks really, really cool. Oh, yes. Don't forget. Buy the shirt. Buy the shirt. Buy the shirt. Hello. Welcome to Wrestling Days ASMR. I just want to say, buy the freaking shirt, will you? Yeah, support the NWA. Love you. Thank you. There we go. Buy the shirt. Buy the shirt. Days, you are the best. Matt Boy, you are the best. That Lana dance is going to be in the WWE 2K21 Big Head mode. I hope so. Dunna, dunna, dunna. She was doing all this, wasn't she? Oh, it was good. It's really good. I really like the song. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like a massive Lana fan. I'm not watching it dribbling. Here we go. Look, Joe Rogan freaking out at the fact that David Arquette's returning. I watched this clip earlier. This, my friends, is someone we've only seen a few times in the NWA. He's obviously had a bit of trouble backstage. He's had suspensions and things like that. This is Josephus. This is the kingdom of Josephus. And Josephus is here to team with David Arquette. I believe he was going to be in a tag team. Well, watch it. Watch it. Watch it. You watch it. I love his voice. He's got a lovely tone. He's got a lovely tone. I bet he's got a lovely singing voice. I bet he can do a wonderful version of Jolene. Jim Gore, can you make Sunny Wolf a temporary mod? Do we need it? Do we need it, Jim? Have we got issues? Josephus, yeah. It's nice. I wish we would see more of Josephus in the NWA. Your laugh is scary. Are you sure you're not working with the Fiend? I'm not sure what's going on in the world anymore, my friend. Who knows what's going on? David Arquette loves the business just like all of us. He doesn't deserve the hate he gets. He's a great supporter of wrestling. I agree. I agree. There's a flip side to it, though. I think that you've got to carry yourself in the right way as well, because I don't want to be giving praise to David Arquette saying he's a big fan of wrestling. I know that he wasn't a wrestler, but he was a fan, and I don't hate blah, blah, blah. But then in the same breath, throw shade at Gronkowski, right? Because Gronkowski might be a big fan of wrestling, I don't know, but I can't stand him. I don't know anything about him, but already he's rubbing me up the wrong way, which sounds horrific. But, yeah, I don't like Gronkowski, but I do like David Arquette. We just saw RJ City. Yo, everybody. Josephus is the leader of all the worlds. Well, I believe him. Here we go. Look, Josephus is saying, I want to be your tag partner, but you've got to come to the ring before the bell rings and let me shave your head to prove your loyalty to the kingdom of Josephus. Gronk is awesome. Where is Brian Rosa? Where is Brian Rosa? Where is Brian? Could you imagine Thunder? Oh my God. I've got a new dream match. Thunder Rosa versus Brian Rosa. Could you imagine that? Thunder Rosa versus her husband, Brian Rosa. If you're watching, Vince, book it, even though you don't book that show. Sean says, Gronk is awesome. I want to see more of Gronk's dancing. Just go on YouTube then and play the clip again and again and again, because the less we can have him on the TV, the better. Gronk sucks. Yes, Benjamin. Gronky the donkey, says Johnny. Days, what if Toys R Us comes back to England? Where did that come from? I don't know where that came from. The NWA reached out to Mr. Arquette for his response to Josephus. Can we see how manic he looks? Look how manic he looks. He's also got a decent body for his age. I say for his age. He's older than me. Look at it. Love how he's spinning around. Look at his muscles as well. He's got muscles. He's got a good promo. I'm born again. He's a really good promo. I love his wide eyes. I'm born again. I'm not wrestling for you. I love him. I think he's really good. He might be awful in the ring. I'm not sure, but if it were WWE, it would be Thunder Rosa having an affair with Monica. This blows. I'm stuck in my mobile PC op center. I literally cannot leave. What? Is it David Arquette versus Josephus? Yes. Hair versus hair. I'm not going to spoil it. All you need to know is it's hair versus hair. Loser gets their head shaved. I'm not built for isolation. Just open a window. Open a window, William. You're amongst friends, William. It's going to be all right. Is Gronk going to fight? I hope not. He's not fighting on this show. David Arquette says, I'm not wrestling for the fans. I'm not even wrestling for me. I'm wrestling because I love wrestling. One more thing. And then flips the bird. So there we go. This is from January 5th, 2019. This is, I believe, the next show after NWA 70. This is still well before Powerrr. But, of course, Nick Aldis is the champ. I don't know where we are. Clarksville, I think. I don't even know who these people are. Clarksville. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. This is Nigel, Jason, and Gilbert. There we go. Dawn, who this is the NWA spoke to earlier, said she's at this show. If you are watching us going, what? Where is this show being shown? Go to the NWA YouTube channel. It's being shown over there, free. I'm on here, Days. That's a huge step forward. We're going to get through this together. It was a show for the trainees, Days, but the only wrestler you might know that was on the show was Adam Flex. Maxted. It's one of my favourite indie shows because of how great the matches were. Okay, very cool. Genuine tip, people should look into those therapy lights. It's like sunlight therapy, but for being indoors. Amazon have got loads at different prices. Okay, I've never heard of them. Therapy lights. There we go, guys. That's what's going to get us through. Therapy lights. We need therapy lights. So, hair versus hair. They're just really putting over the fact that everyone is talking about that match. And do you know what? This is true story. They were. I knew about this match. I even knew that it was NWA. I'd heard that it was happening. But I didn't know where to watch it or how you watched it. I never got that information, if you know what I mean. I heard about the match. I heard about David Arquette. I heard that it was a hair versus hair match. But I never got the information as to where, how do you watch it, where is it. Avalon is a great wrestler. He was on the last show. PW Insider are reporting that Vince McMahon is using his own money to help talent. Okay. How do they have a crowd? They don't care about the rules, mate. They don't care about the rules. Right, I think we're about to get going, about to get underway with the show. We got Caleb Konley. Caleb Konley. Qualifying match for the Crockett Cup. I wonder if we'll get the Crockett Cup next week. Can you imagine if we get the Crockett Cup next week? Not this year's, but last year's, because I haven't seen that either. Right. Caleb Konley and Jay Bradley. Jay Bradley we saw last time. Jay Bradley versus War. I'm just having a look on Wikipedia. War Kings. Oh, what a rush! Boom, 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 boom. Road Warrior Animal. Oh, what a rush! Isn't it great to still see Animal? He still looks like a beast, doesn't he, Animal? Still looks like an absolute beast. Boom, 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 boom. Days, I'm watching NWA in real life. I'm at ringside. I'll keep an eye out for you. Well, I was not expecting the Road Warriors. Yeah, he's kind of mentoring, I think, the War Kings. So this is our first match. It's a qualifying match for the Crockett Cup for the Crockett Cup last year. Top-notch social distancing right here now. Olympics did get postponed, yes. R-Truth is the true MVP of WWE. Road Warriors, one of the greatest tag teams ever. Completely agree. Really good question. Who do you think's the best tag team ever? Because I've always regarded it to be the Road Warriors. But actually looking at it now, I kind of look at it and think, I wonder if that was because of their booking. I loved the Road Warriors because they never got beat. But that's not because they were that good. It's because of they were booked very strong. So, I don't know, who do you think is the best tag team? I mean, you could say Rock and Roll Express. You could say Midnight Express. You could say Heart Foundation, British Bulldogs, Brain Busters, New Day. I think you'd have to have a shout with the New Day. Young Bucks, got to be up there as well. Road Warriors, got to be up there. Demolition, it's got to be up there. Let me know. Who do you think? Who do you regard as the greatest tag team ever? Dudley Boys. That's a really good shout, Jason. Dudley Boys, of course. Hardy Boys, says Nails and NY. Hello, Santa Vol. This is from Jan 2019, so no COVID yet. Orange Santa, are you there? Are you at this show? Because you were obviously at the other one. I'm trying to see if I can see the evolution of Orange Santa. I'm watching you age as the weeks go by. Although you are still very young looking. Just want to get that out there. Tully and Arn, Brainbusters, Natural Disasters. They were natural disasters. Where is Orange Santa? He is 2 comments above that comment. What is your favourite YouTuber? NWA. And this is the NWA podcast and the Insiders Wrestling podcast. Dudley Boys. What about Edge and Christian? Yes, of course. The Brood. The Brood. You think the Brood is the best ever tag team? Dr. Death and Terry Gordy. Ooh. Do you know, I don't know enough, Ken, about Dr. Death and Terry Gordy, so I can't comment. I don't know. Ken, can you expand on that? Why do you regard them as the best? Like, is there like a great match I can check out? Let me know. I really want to know. I love learning about wrestling. This is why I really enjoyed listening to Dawn earlier. Dawn on Stranger was just chatting away about like old wrestling things, and I love that. Belly to Belly. Shield, Tommy Toy Travel. I do love Tommy Toy Travels. My love for him runs very deep. No Tommy Toy Travels, no wrestling days. My favourite comedy tag team, the Bushwhackers. Do you know they had a 5-star match? They have had a Dave Meltzer 5-star match, the Bushwhackers. They used to go by the name the Sheep Herders. And I think, was it against the Fantastics? I want to say it was 1986. And I think that was part of the NWA. So there we go. Hell yeah, Bushwhackers were hilarious. Right, War Kings in control right now. Might try to get a like spike in a actually, should we do it now? Let's try and get the. I like to try and get the NWA like spikes. Here we go. Let's see. At the moment, they're on 200 likes. Let's see what we can push it up, shall we? Here we go. Look. Drop a like if you love the NWA. Pandering. That's what I'm doing. I'm pandering. Here we go. Boom. Right, they're on 202. Yeah, watch this now. Watch this. It's going to absolutely fly. There's 966 people watching. It's gone up by 2. 3. It's gone up by 3. Come on. We want 4. Ah, it's gone up by 7. It's gone up by... Oh, I haven't liked. 8. 9. It's gone up by 9. Ah! It's gone up by 12. It's gone up by... That's my new record. I've got a new like spike record. Ah! tell you what, it's the little things, isn't it? It's the small victories. The small victories. Come on. Guys, we got that up by 12. Now, technically, I did like it myself. So if you want to say 11, whatever. But, amazing. I love the idea they're sitting there now just looking at this data going, how did that just jump like that? What happened? What happened? Amazing. I liked it. Oh, it's not going to work if you lot like... That's basically me just asking you to like it, isn't it? I thought that I'd influence people over there in their chat to like it. I didn't realise all you lot had gone on and done it. Oh, you deserve it. Okay, well, look, it doesn't matter. We still like spiked it. Days, look on the chat. Thanks, NWA. Thunder Rosa is the only proof of the existence of God. Wrestling Days versus Thunder Rosa in a drinking match. I'd drink her under the table. Under the table. Days, how can you forget the Usos? I would never forget the Usos. But I just didn't think about them. You can't mention tag teams without mentioning the Priest and the Cherub. I love that. Lauren saying I liked it. Headbangers, Outsiders, Godwins. The Godwins! The Godwins! The Steiners! The Steiners is a really good shout. Like Spike, yes! We like spiked it. We like spiked the hell out of that. Do you know, it's gone up 28. It's gone up 28 now. I can't claim all of those 28. I'm claiming 12. But it's gone up 28. Look at that. He's got both Caleb Konley and Jay Bradley. Double Samoan drop. Lovely stuff. Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood. Good shout. Breaking news. Days is drunk. We now take no responsibility. I'm drunk on Coke Zero. That's what I'm drunk. Super kick. On the shoulders. Oh. Off with their heads. 1, 2, 3. Bosh. Done. The War Kings win. Thunder Rosa and Monica. British Bulldogs, just because we are British. The Rock and Sock connection. Yes. Harlem Heat is underappreciated. Yeah, I agree. Harlem Heat, very, very good tag team. Very good tag team. Santa, I was too busy getting a like spike. Did you tell me? Are you at this show? Sheep herders were brutal. Bushwhackers not so much. Yeah, they did kind of water them down. They did kind of water them down. I'm front row. Orange Santa. Orange Santa is front row. Right, spot Orange Santa. Can anyone find Orange Santa? Find Orange Santa. Apparently he is front row. Is he? He's got to be an orange. He's got to be an orange. That's his thing. That's his gimmick. It's not his gimmick. It's his way of life. What have we got? I don't know what we've got happening. Days, what if the New Day faced The Undertaker? What? Well, he'd need a partner. All I care about is finding Orange Santa. Oh, there's someone in orange! Someone in orange to the right. To the right. There's a little kid in orange. How old was you, Orange Santa? How old was you? Was you about 7 at this time? Because in the front row right now, there's someone in orange that looks around about 7. Right behind, is that Caleb Konley? I think Bradley is having a few words with Caleb Konley right in front of little Orange Santa. Mini Orange Santa. Tea and Crumpets are the best tag team. Orange is a way of life. It is a way of life. Oh, there he was! There he was! Ah! Did you spot him? He's on the entranceway. It's kind of as they come out. Oh, hello. Open challenge Bram, who now goes by the name of Tom Latimer, also known as Mr. Camille. Mr. Camille on his way down. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. I don't know what to call him. I'm going to call him Mr. Camille. Mr. Camille versus... There we go. Against the rope. Spear! The Undertaker is the best. The Undertaker is very good. I'm on the entrance side. Just found you. There was a fleeting moment where you appeared on my screen. Oh! Spinning heel kick. Days, I can't stay around till the end. No worries. Rowan, thank you for dropping by anyway. Ice baby, I had high five off Camille. You got a high five from Camille. I'm surprised she didn't rip your arm off. 3 weeks of this. I know, yeah. I know. It's been 1 day of lockdown in the UK so far, and already I feel like I'm losing my mind. Days, can we have a geography lesson? If it's needed, absolutely, but I'm not sure it's going to be needed. Here we go, look, Bram planting Bradley. Bram's kick to the midsection. Boom. 1, 2, 3, done. Done. As Bradley leaves, he literally does the finger on the side of his nose and blows a snot rocket at me. What? Why? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Did you encourage that in some way? A snot rocket as well? I've never heard of such a thing. Never in my life have I heard of a snot rocket. Look. You basically are the show, aren't you, Aron Santa? You basically are this show. You're standing right on the corner. I think you're going to antagonise him here. I don't know if we're going to see it. A snot rocket. Bram is also Charlotte Flair's ex-husband. I don't know if I knew that. I'm not sure I did. Did I know that? I don't know. Oh, hello, Thunder Rosa. Have you seen Thunder Rosa? Thunder Rosa says, when the quarantine ends, I'm inviting wrestling days over. That's what Thunder Rosa says. I tell you, I'd go as well, just so I could meet Brian. I only want to meet Brian. I'll reply. I'm going to reply. I'll take that offer, Thunder Rosa, just so I can meet your husband. Boom! Ah! Take that, NWA Women's Champ. I see ya! Hold tight! The bunny is here! Can't shout. I've lost the ability of shouting. And that's my main weapon. The bunny, the bunny, the bunny. Here we go, look. Yes. Hello. Hello, bunny. Artist soon to be known as the bunny versus boom. Right, Ally in the ring. Who's she taking on? Jazz, I think. Jazz. Jazz. Do it, Jake. Yeah, Jake, do it. I don't know what you're doing, but do it. What's this music? Oh, she looks badass, doesn't she? She looks really cool. I'm still not a fan of that belt. I do prefer the new belt. When you go meet Thunder Rosa, give Monica my number. Dude, that's weird. That's weird. You're being a creepy creepster now. Jennifer's sticking up for me. I love this. Everyone's piling in on Thunder Rosa. Guys, can we leave? I really don't need more heat with Thunder Rosa right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, things were starting to settle down. So, yeah. I've read that. Dude, stop asking that. Stop asking that. Jazz is the baddest beep on the nice list. Ooh. So she's on the nice list. Did she scare her way onto the nice list? That is I love that mask. Look at that mask. She looks great. She called out Nick Aldis, didn't she, on the last stream? On the last show, the NWA 70. Who would win Undisputed Era versus Fiend and Wrestling Days? Undisputed Era. Who's Thunder Rosa? Roberta. Thunder Rosa is the current NWA Women's Champion and legit, all joking aside, one of my favourite wrestlers. I genuinely really like her. One of my favourite matches from this year is Thunder Rosa versus Allysin Kay for the title. Love that match. I'd like Thunder Rosa to kind of, end her relationship with Melina now and bring back a little bit more of the mystery. Do you remember before when she was like, Pink is out and she was coming out with the drums and there was a bit more mystery about her, and then she started like hanging out with Melina and Marti Belle. She kind of felt a little bit like a mean girl. But I'd like to go back to kind of the more mysterious Thunder Rosa. I felt that was really working. Her hanging out with Melina has, obviously worked. It's got her to the title. But now she's out on her own. I kind of like the darker ring attire and that kind of a vibe, She does it better than me. Do you want Brian Rosa's number? Yes, I'd love Brian Rosa's number. I'd just be like, what you up to? What you up to now? Are you thinking of me? Are we friends? Can we be friends? Oh, look at that, sticking the finger up right in the face of Ally. Ally actually a little bit taller than Jazz. This is really interesting. Jazz, an absolute legend. Obviously, Ally now very well known as the Bunny in AEW. So this is a really interesting match. Jazz, all power. See you later, Ashton. Thank you for joining us. Sandoval, see you later, buddy. Crazy Steve versus Sam Shaw. Match is insane. Thank you. Looking forward to that. Ayestin says Ally is cute. She is cute. Days, next time you see Thunder Rosa, say you want to marry her. It's your chance. She's married. I'll try and check back in later. See you later, buddy. I'm going to keep an eye out for you in the crowd. See what mischief you get up to. Because knowing you, you'll get up to some kind of mischief. You've already had a snot rocket. The Bunny nickname was given to her by Rosemary in Impact. I don't watch Impact. So I honestly don't know, but that's interesting. Days, what do you think about Orange Cassidy? I really like him, but I don't know why. Yeah, I like Orange Cassidy. I like different. He's doing something different. I think it probably could be explained as to why he is the way he is. You know, why is he so laid back? I don't know. I get the impression that he's just a really good wrestler. That, just it's so easy for him that he just doesn't even have to try. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could fight, but what's the point? Like, if I need to, I will, but what's the point? I don't need to. I can beat these guys if I have to, so, but I don't need to. I'm still picking up a paycheck kind of a thing. So I feel like eventually if we get that kind of an explanation, it's going to help a bit of the negativity towards him. Because when he wrestles, he can really wrestle, you know. How do I watch in the UK? Dude, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube right now, so go over and check it out. I've said before, I would always urge that people go over and watch this over this. Don't watch this. We're literally just chatting as we're enjoying an NWA show many of us have not seen before. Days, did anyone Photoshop Brian Rosa's face onto Rob Van Dam? No, they haven't. I'm certainly not going to encourage that. But, I mean, if it happens, it happens. Here we go. Ooh, back elbow by Jazz. Nice back elbow, and Ali goes down. Gentleman Jervis versus Orange Cassidy was very good in its own kind of way. I agree. That was a wrestling circus, which sadly I think has closed now. Big right hand by Ali, and Jazz goes down. That was a huge right hand. Did you like my drawings? Very good, buddy, yes. NWA is amazing. I agree. I'm really having withdrawal symptoms from the current roster, from, like, Powerrr and everything, but, here we go, against the rope, slides under. I don't even know what that move was. Did she, like, clothesline her in the midsection as she, like, slid under the rope? She's talking... Is she talking trash to the crowd? No, high five. Days, did you hear about the guy that lost his left side? Don't worry, he's all right now. Very good. I actually believed that story until I read it all. The box on YouTube, yes. I hope everyone is well. I'm not sure when we're going to get Powerrr. I'm guessing Powerrr will return next week. Camille is doing some watch-alongs, though, so check out Camille's channel. Obviously, check out Thunder Rosa's channel. She tends to do a watch-along on a Wednesday. Although, I had it on, but I wasn't, like, being able to listen to everything. But I think it like, fell into anarchy. I think people were, like, chatting up her friend. So, I'm not sure that it kind of went to plan. So, I don't know when she's going to do another one, or if she's going to do another one. Hey, party people. Shout out to you, Wes Heron. Hope you are well. Okay, Jazz rolling out the ring, grabbing Ali, big forearm across the back, and again. Yeah, this is like a proper brawl now. You can see that Jazz is having to dig quite deep as she hurls Ali into the side of the ring. I gotta tell you, it feels very claustrophobic. It doesn't feel like there's a great deal of space around the ring. Like, there's commentary tables out there. There's quite a few people sitting at ringside. There's loads of people sitting there. I mean, I'm guessing it's security. But there's camera people, there's commentators, there's quite a few people around. So it's got a very different feel to Powerrr. With Powerrr, you've just got that one stand, haven't you? Isn't it interesting how I don't think there's any security for Powerrr? If anyone goes to Powerrr, let me know. Is there any security? There's some big security here. But I suppose there's a lot more people, isn't there? There's a lot more people here than there would be at Powerrr. Ali going into the steps. Days, have you ever heard of the YouTuber Wrestling Days? You should check him out. I've heard he's overrated. Should I tell Camille Thunder Rosa is talking trash? Yes, but not yet. Not until we can get that dream match. I mean, there's no point starting anything when there can't be a match. That's why I've stopped. I've had to temporarily put things on hold. Monkey is... Well, there we go. No wonder there's never any trouble. Days, what channel is this? Go to the NWA YouTube channel. Vape Ross Vape, shout out to you. They were harmless pickup lines, nothing dirty. I don't think it was your pickup lines. I think, as I said, I haven't gone back and watched it. I just know that people in the chat were saying that she was getting a lot of attention, and yeah, I don't think it was your pickup lines. I should imagine your pickup lines were clean. Here we go. Look, Alley Cat looking for a backslide. Looking for a backslide. There it is. 1, 2. Oh, the women's title is on the line here. I don't know if Ali is a former NWA women's champ. I don't know. I don't know when Allysin Kay wins it. My guess would be Crockett Cup. That would be my guess. Cherub versus Priest. Days, what do you do in your spare time? What spare time? Marto LFC, what spare time do you think there is? Once I get some, I'll let you know. As soon as I get some, I will let you know. Here we go. Ali, 1, 2. Oh, shoulder up by Jazz. This has been a war, you know. It's been a good match. Ali can't believe it. Look. Head in her hands. Days, I'm bored and I'm hungry. Wow. Watch NWA and get yourself a snack. Days, check out what I wrote in the chat. Click like if you want Camille versus Thunder Rosa. Very clever. You'll have to tell me, do you get a like spike? Do you get a like spike? Lenny says, Days, did you see the John Moxley super kick to Renee Young? Yeah, I did. Silly. It was silly. It struck me as WWE talent being bored. Right, we got Ali down in the corner. Days is literally streaming every day. I am literally streaming every day. Days, do you think the NWA will stream the Crockett Cup? I don't know. That would be a big one. That's a big ask, isn't it? I mean, it's amazing that they've been able to give us NWA 70 and this NWA Pop Up. I've actually seen people, right? There's been people saying, oh, I don't get it. When WWE show us a pay-per-view, people complain. But when NWA do it, everyone cheers. Yeah, because NWA don't have loads of pay-per-views that they can show us. Like, since the NWA's rebirth, they've had just a handful of pay-per-views. So for them to give them to us for free is a massive deal compared to WWE that have literally got hundreds of pay-per-views, hundreds and hundreds of pay-per-views, thousands and thousands of matches WWE have got that they can just chuck on and give us at any time. So I'm sorry if I'm not doing cartwheels for WWE's generosity. When WWE do it, they don't do it for generosity reasons. They do it to kill time. That's the truth. When NWA do it, they do it to be generous because they could find any content to put up, but instead they're giving you one of their only pay-per-views. That's why this is such a big deal. Because this is the kind of thing that they would sell. They would sell this on their shop on DVD. And, this, you know, giving it us for free is obviously going to hurt pay-per-view sales, their DVD sales, but they're doing it so that we've all got something to enjoy on a Tuesday, and that is really, really to be applauded. So, I don't know. I think Crockett Cup's always been the crown, the jewel in the crown. So, for them to give us that would be... Oh! Jazz planting Ally. Ally looks like she's out. Days, Allysin Kay wins the championship at the Crockett Cup. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Thunder Rosa told me it's not happening. Stop trying. Did she? Oh, yes. Let's have a look. She's in denial. Yeah, if you want to speak to Thunder Rosa, she is in the NWA chat right now, so you can actually drop a message to the current NWA Women's Champion. How cool is that? Here we go, submission hold by Jazz. Yeah, Ally has got a foot on the rope. Jazz not breaking it. There we go, she does eventually. Oh, she's getting right in the face of the ref. Oh, she's pushed the ref. He's letting it slide. Oh, he's not going to let that slide. He's not going to let that slide. DQ. DQ. Ally's going to win by DQ, so Ally wins the match, but she's not going to win the title. Man, look at Jazz. Incredible. Incredible. Days, Google is short-handed as a precautionary health measure for our support specialists in light of... We're operating limit. Thank you for... What? Lucas, shout out to you, Days. That was an awesome podcast yesterday from Jodie. I agree. I loved it. Thought it was brilliant. Roberta says, breaking news, Ray and Dana won't be there at WrestleMania. Yes. Thunder Rosa is owning the chat over there. Awesome. So she should. She's the women's champ. Days, the priest hereby challenges the cherub to a churchyard match. Ally on her knees. Jazz standing over it. The ref's trying to say it's done. It's over. You can see the ref's a little bit fearful here of Jazz. She's great, Jazz. Days, you should be on a podcast. Dude, my voice is going already. I already can't shout. There we go, Jazz. What? Where's her belt? She's going without a belt. She's left a belt. I love those ring pads. They look classy, don't they? The white on black NWA logo. But there we go. Bunny versus Jazz. Bunny wins. We're getting ever closer as well towards the hair versus hair match. Josephus versus David Arquette. Shout out to you, Lucas. Days, why are the latest episodes of Raw and SmackDown not on the network? Doesn't it take like 3 weeks for them to go on? They've never been on live. Here is Adam Rotella. Is this the butcher? He looks like a butcher, doesn't he? Samuel Shaw. There we go. The TNT Championship. And who? Adam Rotella versus Crazy Steve. Crazy. Do you know what? I have heard about Crazy Steve. He likes to shout at all of the stray cats in his street. He is off the chain. Adam Rotella versus Crazy Steve. Guys, what did you hear about Crazy Steve? Why is Crazy Steve so crazy? What did you hear about Crazy Steve? Get your Crazy Steve stories into the chat. What's going on? Adam Rotella's painting? Shout out LSW, hope you are well. Doesn't a DQ punish the challenger more than the champion? Yes. That art is not as good as Thunder Rosa's thumbnail from the other day. Days, next time you see Thunder Rosa, tell her Matt Boy thinks that she's pretty. Dudes, I've never seen Thunder Rosa. I've never been in the same country as... Well, I may have, without knowing. I don't know. Crazy Steve is a former member of Decay with Rosemary and Abyss. Days, what's that on your shirt? That is Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve kicked a swan's head off. That is crazy. Days, I love Coke, but what about a little bit of bubbly? Dais's cottage cheese. I heard that Crazy Steve showers not in water, but in Daisy's cottage cheese. That's all he'll use. He basically fills a bucket full of it and then tips it over himself and just starts rubbing it all in. That's what I've heard about Crazy Steve. Let me know what you've heard about Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve once told me the world was flat, says Dave in real life. Anthony says he's crazy because he's just been working with Vince in creative. Yeah, that would drive you crazy, yes. I think the Usos versus the New Day will end in a DQ. Well, here we go. Look, Adam Rotella was doing a lovely painting. Is this Crazy Steve? Who are these? Are these the Crazy Creepers? Wow, this guy coming down to the ring. These guys don't look very happy. They look cross. Oh! Can you see they look cross? What are these, like Crazy Steve Creepers? The Crazy Steve and the Creepers. This is my favourite new band, guys. It's my favourite new band. Crazy Steve and the Creepers. They do a lot of bluegrass. They're a big country band. Allysin Kay is in the chat as well. Crazy Steve and the Creepers. One time, Crazy Steve bought a hot chocolate instead of a cappuccino. He was all like, "Ah, oh, dang." And we were all, "Steve, you're crazy." We laughed and skipped to the park. That is such a nice story. I love that story. I love that story. Crazy Steve started in the circus faction and then embarked in a singles career. What's the deal with the SmackDown glitch? That was Crazy Steve. Is that the guy from the Smashing Pumpkins? What? Crazy Steve? Here's Crazy Steve. He's stroking the Crazy Creepers. Dave's been watching you since 100 subs. Thank you. That is not Billy Corgan, right? I can tell you right now, that is not Billy Corgan. That is Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve pointing up at the ring. Pointing up at Adam Rotella. Allysin Kay says that she misses Crazy Steve. I'm starting to believe the SmackDown glitch is Bruce Pritchard logging into AOL. Days, on a scale of 1 to 10, how muscular are you? 0. This match is just wow. Okay. Okay. Mr. Aldis, fun fact. This was Sam's last appearance before starting with NXT. Amazing, thank you. Shout out to the Real World's Wrestling Champion that's just joined us. So this is Sam versus Crazy Steve in what Orange Santa is describing an absolutely incredible, insane match. I'm very intrigued by this because I don't know a great deal about either of these guys. So, kind of going to learn a little bit about them both here. Obviously, there's a championship on the line. And Sam, obviously, as the Real World's Champs just said, is now signed with NXT. So, a very, very bright future ahead. Does anyone know where Crazy Steve is? Breaking news, COVID-19 is going to main event days. I don't think Sam Shaw has debuted yet. No, I don't either. I think he's just been like working and learning the NXT way. It's kind of crazy. They take these veterans and then they still like have to teach them things like where the hard cam is and stuff like that. But they know this stuff. I don't quite get why they take so long to teach them the WWE way. In my mind, they show them, you know that Men in Black thing that flashes and then you forget everything? They do that. They take them to the performance center. They make them forget everything. And they're like, right, this is what Vince likes. You're allowed to do a clothesline, a drop kick, an enziguri, a suicide dive, and a moonsault. And that's it. That's all you're allowed to do. Samuel Shaw. I want to see that belt. If you watch 10 Pounds of Gold, he was involved with producing. Thunder Rosa on the NWA chat is talking, saying that she could beat Nick. Okay, well, look at that. Looks like there's a bit of beef going on the NWA chat. Right, here we go then. As I said, very interested in this. Jeff Hardy is in the crowd. What? I tell you what I really like about this. They're really building this up. We spoke about this last time when they did a title match. NWA 70, they brought out the old champions. There was a real bit of time between the last match and this match. That's exactly what they're doing here. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been some big entrances. They're really taking their time until the match starts. They've obviously been showing off the title belt as well. Even as the match is starting, they're circling around. They're waiting for the bell to go. They're still doing some introductions. No idea what he's saying. I think there's a few audio issues, isn't there? What? What's he said? Oh, is he serious? I don't know. So what? The loser leaves NWA or something? Okay, there's something to do with Hillary Clinton. Perhaps the winner or loser has to spend the night with Hillary. I don't know. Is the TNT title even still a thing? I have literally got no idea. To the outside. Right. Aron Santa says this is amazing, so make sure you are watching this match free right now on the NWA YouTube channel. Samuel Shaw did the voiceovers on 10 Pounds of Gold for episode 1 through to episode 13. Ooh, I love all this. I love all of this kind of information. I love it. Shout out to Mr. Lagana. A chair has been introduced now. Days, I thought the perfect match for Mania, Gilbert versus James Ellsworth, and special guest is going to be Wrestling Days. WWE will be taking a hiatus after WrestleMania. Orlando is on lockdown. Wow, I didn't know that. That's going to make streaming difficult. Days, is WrestleMania still on? It's still on. To the outside goes Crazy Steve, right in front of Orange Santa. Crazy Steve has got that metal chair. Days just made my isolation day. It's a no DQ match. I was getting that vibe. So on the outside, Crazy Steve with a chair. Samuel Shaw down. Sam Shaw. Oh, he just took too long. It felt like he was taking a long time. Crazy Steve took forever to drop down with that chair. And as a result, when he did, super kick from Sam Shaw, who climbs into the ring. So I'm guessing no count out, no DQ, no count out. Referee not counting, going straight outside just to check on Crazy Steve. I love Sam Shaw's look. I think he's got such a distinctive look. I really like his ring attire as well, with those like red panels. There we go. Crazy Steve just eating a metal chair. Thanks to Sam Shaw, who jumps outside, grabs the only little bit of hair that Crazy Steve has got. Crazy Steve's got like a tuft of hair, and Sam Shaw is now parading him around the ringside area. Big right hand, and Crazy Steve goes down. Again now grabbing him by the cheeks. On the face, not the buttocks. Oh, look at that. He just got that little girl to hit Crazy Steve. I hope she got ejected. Did she get ejected for doing... You're not allowed to touch the wrestlers. Could you imagine if they kicked her? Sorry, you can't be touching the wrestlers. Out we go. But what about my mom? No, she can stay. You'll have to wait for her outside. There we go, look there. Great shot of Orange Santa. Orange Santa, Crazy Steve, Sam Shaw. Sam Shaw does look great. What a moustache. I heard that's what you based yours on. I heard that you're a Sam Shaw wannabe. That's not my words. That's just what everyone's saying. Crazy Steve's craziness inspired Johnny Bates' psycho gimmick. Yes. Aron Stevens says Tom Latimer is the current TNT champ. He beat Steve at the last event. Thank you, Orange Santa. Thank you. Learning stuff from Orange Santa. Jesse Callin, shout out to you. He grabbed him by the buttocks cheeks. That's my new finisher. Wow, I hope I never have a match with you. Nice. Strikes to the side of the head. Big blows by Sam Shaw. He's got his picture. He's got his picture. Don't ruin... Oh, the paint. The paint's going to come off. Oh, he's ruined that. He's absolutely ruined that picture. He's got blood all over it. So there we go. That has got Crazy Steve's blood all over it. Look, now he's showing him the picture. He's asking him, do you like it? And he's twisting on the neck. Nasty. We can confirm that Adam Rotella and Sam Shaw are brothers from different mothers. Maybe Sam Shaw is an Adam Rotella wannabe. I'm not saying that to him. But against the ropes goes Crazy Steve. Whoa, just took his head off. Just took his head off. Sam Shaw just literally took Crazy Steve's head off. There is a lot of blood coming out of Crazy Steve now. Orange Santa did tell us this was a great match. Oh, it's not pretty. Here we go. Nice. Up. Standing vertical. Standing vertical. He's got him up for a long time. Ow, it's delayed. Delayed standing vertical. He's still up there. Still up there. Oh, I love that. What a great show of strength a delayed standing vertical suplex is. Is it Tyler Bate that then, when he's got him up, starts, like, squats as well? That's the next level from what you've just seen. If Sam Shaw, when he's got him up like that, would then start doing squats, that would be immense. The Crimson Mask. The Crimson Mask. There's a lot of blood here, you know. This is good. Delayed. I'm pretty lax on adding people days. Bastion Booger and his finisher, the Batcave. Robin, she's all right. Thanks for asking. Yeah, she's getting much better. Cannonball in the corner by Crazy Steve. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. This has been good. I tell you what, it looks absolutely rammed, that venue. Looks absolutely rammed. We've got a painting in the ring. We got a chair in the ring. We got Crazy Steve. We got Crazy Steve's blood. Here we go. Charging over. Moves out the way. Crazy Steve into the corner. Sam Shaw. Crazy Steve gets his feet up, though. Head scissors. No, got caught. He's going to get powerbomb. Sit down, powerbomb. Here we go. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Rumour has it that the new SmackDown, which is meant for the new SmackDown superstars that will debut a hacker game, What? What? What does that center even mean? He's lacerated, bleeding profusely. Another chair. Another couple of chairs. So, Sam Shaw bringing a couple of chairs in. Crazy Steve bleeding profusely. Easier said than done. Couple of chairs down. So, Sam is taking Crazy Steve over to the corner. A nice elevator ride. I've had better elevator rides, I'm not going to lie. Not an elevator ride I'd be interested in. Again, Sam just grabbing that little tuft. That little tuft of hair. Looking for a suplex. Onto the chairs. Oh, he's blocking it. He's blocking it again. That would be vicious. Over the top. Oh! No way! Ah! I felt it. I felt it. 2.5. Ah, man. There's some things you see that you just go, that is definitely one. That is definitely one. My back's never going to feel the same. Power bomb over the top. Bang. Such velocity. No wonder we haven't seen Sam Shaw. No wonder this was his last match. Wow. I tell you, there's blood all over Sam Shaw's ring attire as well. From the face of Crazy Steve. AEW had big plans for Jeff Cobb, but he's refused to sign with them. Days, I enjoyed the recent toy hunt. Boom. Fiend pop figure is sick. I might have to get one. Shout out to you, Sophia. It is awesome. Crazy Steve bleeding profusely. Big strike to the chest. And again to Sam Shaw. One more. Duck underneath. Went for a super kick. No one home. Up on the shoulders. Samoan drop. No. Ah! Onto the chairs again. 2. Man, this is fast-paced. We've gone up a gear here in this match. This is everything that Orange Santa said. Orange Santa told us this match was good. It is very, very good. Right, Sam Shaw to the outside. He's having a look under the ring. Checking for Hornswoggle. Making sure that Hornswoggle's not under there. And he's got a bag. What's in the bag? I'm thinking thumbtacks. It is thumbtacks. It is thumbtacks. So we got thumbtacks in. Oh, I hate thumbtacks. Rosemary? Rosemary! Oh no, she's... Oh, green mist! Don't use the painting, no! Oh! He's been framed. Sam Shaw has been framed. Up on the shoulders. Into the thumb. Ah! This is not good for my health. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Wow. Brutal. I gotta tell you, that's the kind of hardcore match that I like, because there's not loads of different things, not loads of different elements, you know? Couple of chairs. Couple of chairs and some thumbtacks, that's it. No barbed wire or anything like that, nothing crazy. Thumbtacks are crazy, but they came right at the end. And there we go. Crazy Steve wins the TNT title. That is a really ugly belt. That's a really ugly belt. I love belts that have got like lots of detail on and feel really prestigious, like £10 of gold. Feels really prestigious. In fact, all of the current NWA belts feel like $1 million. That one, you can just see too much of the strap. You can see too much of the actual belt itself. There we go. Brutal. WWE should use cardboard cutout people. Rosemary. Sorry, Days. I meant the new SmackDown glitch is meant for a new SmackDown superstar that's going to debut with a hacker gimmick. Cool. I heard Orlando is not closed till Thursday. Okay. Well, there we go. Look, Sam Shaw walking away. And there's Rosemary as well. Rosemary with Crazy Steve. Great night for Crazy Steve. Not a great night for Sam Shaw. But he's got some free thumbtacks. Do you know what I mean? So he can go back now. Take them out. Yeah? Pop them in a little container. Not walking away empty-handed. Yeah? Every cloud. Help support the talent and staff of NWA Powerrr during this time. All profits from these items go directly to the staff and to the talent. Make sure you are ordering these items. I have got my We Are Powerrr shirt on the way. The shirt they're showing on screen right now, I am getting that shirt. I have pre-ordered that shirt. It is not out yet. It's, I think, out in April. So, yeah, otherwise I would show you it, but it's not out yet. But I have ordered mine. Make sure you're ordering yours and make sure you're helping all the great staff, great talent that go towards putting Powerrr out each week for us. And not just Powerrr, Circle Squared, which I've had the pleasure of being a part of, the honour of being a part of. And, yeah, these great pay-per-views that we've seen in recent weeks as well. So make sure that you're supporting this fantastic company. Right. Is that Matt Cross? Yeah, it is Matt Cross. Matthew Cross. Don't know what he's so angry about. Matt Cross. This is going to be high impact. Who's this then? Macross, Willie Mack. Boom. We've still got the main event, Mr. Aldis taking on James Storm. We've still got hair versus hair. So there's still plenty of matches on the way. I would love to see Demon Assassin in either NWA or AEW. Have they uploaded any new items on NWA? Sometimes they do on a Tuesday, but I appreciate that the world's on hold at the moment, so they probably haven't. But let's have a look and we'll just double check. Due to the current stay-at-home orders, shipping of orders will occur on Mondays and Thursdays of each week. As the situation develops, we will update you. So, as I said, you can get all those items that you've just seen. And I've got a question mark mask on the way. NWA 70. No, I don't think there's anything new that's gone on, but there is some awesome stuff on there. You can get a pin badge of the pop-up event. Question mark mask, as we said, which looks awesome. The Camille shirt, a Mama Storm shirt, question mark shirt, a Strictly Business cap, which you can get. You can get loads of power stuff. And, of course, you can get those new designs where the profits and proceeds will go to the talent and staff. Almost 1,000 people watching the event on their channel. Brilliant. That's how it should be. That is exactly how it should be. This is an event that deserves to have a lot of eyes on it. Thunder Rosa, Monica is dating Days now. Well, she could have told me. Hey, Thunder Rosa, hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. How is your husband? Just ask him. Just literally throwing it out there. Big fan of Brian Rosa. I knew it. The rumours were true. Monica is dating Days. Days going to get a shout out. Absolutely. Konley, hope you are well, my friend. I knew it. The rumours were true. Wow, Days, didn't know that you was dating Monica. To be honest, I am. The secret is out. But I am doing it to get closer to Brian. I don't want to say I'm using Monica for that reason, because that sounds bad, but yeah, that is certainly one of my intentions. Days, how long will you do a watch-along for Mania? As long as it's on. Right, we are, this is a match for the National Heavyweight Championship now. We've got Willie Mack, my favourite McDonald's item, taking on Matt Cross. Days, as the priest, I have the power to marry you two. Amazing. Brian Rosa, yes, Brian Rosa. Brian Rosa. Love Brian Rosa. I wonder what he's up to. I wonder what he's doing. Days, why on earth was Elias and Corbin announced for WrestleMania? Because Vince has given up. Everyone's given up. Right, against the ropes goes Willie Mack, big shoulder charge. Down goes Matthew Cross. I don't think he'll mind me calling him that. Against the ropes again goes Willie. I don't think he'll mind me calling that. Over the top. Against the ropes again. Nice. Oh, nice. Cartwheel escape. This match was spectacular. That last match was insane. Absolutely brilliant. Both of these are great talents, though, aren't they? I've been really impressed with Matt Cross and what we've seen of him in the NWA, so not surprised. I don't know what Willie Mack's up to these days. Impact? I think someone said he was over in Impact. What's he doing? He needs to join a real company. not Impact. Nice back elbow by Matt Cross. Days, did you create... no, I didn't. I didn't create it, no. I know a lot of people may think I'm here to troll, but I am a real human. I don't think anyone thinks you're trolling, dude. Thunder Rosa, you didn't answer me anyway. What's Thunder? What's Brian up to? Where's Brian? Suicide dive by Matt Cross. Willie Mack is an Impact, yes. Days, do you like Courtney Rush versus Cherry Bomb? I've not seen it. So, Willie Mack down on the outside. They said this was going to be fast-paced, and that's exactly what it is. Anthony, shout out to you, buddy. Days, are you a video game fan besides racing games? What? When have I ever said anything about racing games? Dude, when have I ever said anything about racing games? I've never said anything. What? Didn't even know where you've got that from. Hang on. Do you mean wrestling games? I think you mean wrestling games. Is that an autocorrect? Okay, I think you're just trying to confuse me. I don't even play wrestling games. Although I will play Retromania Wrestling coming this June for all good consoles, including bad consoles. So, no, I don't get time, bud. I literally stream my life away. That's all I do. Here we go. Brian Rosa is ignoring me watching the NWA. Oh, what a legend. What a legend. Imagine ignoring the current NWA Women's Champion. That's the kind of thing that Brian Rosa would do. I love him. What a guy. No offense, I think that you've got a date for Ian Rose. Who's Ian Rose? Who's Ian Rose? Guys, have you all lost your minds? Why are you talking about racing games and why are you talking... Who's Ian Rose? You're obsessed with him. Who is he? How can I be obsessed with someone I've never heard of? Who is Ian Rose? Willie Mack was forced to leave the NWA because of the contract he signed became exclusive to Impact and Lucha Underground. Oh, look at this. Whoa, look at that. Got some parkour. Some parkour from Matt Cross. Doing a little bit of the old lamppost lean. It's probably not called that, but we're going to call it that. The Matt Cross lamppost lean on a ring post. I'm new to the channel. So am I. Shout out to you, Leo. Right, both guys are back in the ring after we've seen a little bit of parkour. Ian Rose is no Brian Rosa. Ian Rose is a poor man's Brian Rosa. Went for a back elbow, Matt Cross, but gets caught by Willie Mack. There's the back elbow by Matt Cross against the rope, stuck underneath. To the other side. Oh, nice knee. Big kick. Cross goes down. Brian Rosa is watching NWA, but he is secretly lurking through Daze's stream. I bet he is. I bet he is. I bet he is. Thunder Rosa asked him to come onto the stream. I bet Wrestling Days would freak out because he is obsessed. I wouldn't say obsessed. That makes it seem like I'm a stalker. I'm not a stalker. I just appreciate the man behind the legend. Do you know what I mean? Who is the man behind Thunder Rosa? Ian Rose should be a jobber to Aleister Black. Ian Rose should be a jobber to Thunder Rosa. I want to see Thunder Rosa versus Ian Rose once we figure out who he is. Just the 2 count there for Willie Mack. Kick out by Matt Cross. Little bit of frustration starting to show for Willie Mack. I think he thought he had Matt Cross then. Days, are you excited for Gronk? I'll stop you there. No. Was that a headbutt? Was that headbutts and a chop coming in from Willie Mack? Willie Mack now getting Matt Cross, hurling him into the other corner. Matt Cross going hard into that other corner. Back elbow. Nice back elbow. Matt Cross going up top. Oh! Took the legs away. Willie Mack took the legs away. Matt Cross hitting hard. That was nice. Dragging Matt Cross into... I love it when they do that. I love it when they drag them and they're like... desperately trying to not get dragged into the middle of the ring. They're like clawing, trying to grab onto the rope before they get dragged away. It's very like horror film, isn't it? Because you know in that moment they're not in control. It's good. Looks good. I like it. Have you gone outside? No, because I might get coronavirus. Brian Rosa's here! Brian Rosa's here! Yes! Guys, if you've got any questions for Brian Rosa, get your questions in. Get your questions in. Brian Rosa is here. What have you been doing today? Days has no... I know now. Have you had a good day today, Mr. Rosa? Guys, play it cool. Guys, make sure you're getting your questions in for the man, the legend. Also, I mean, it is worth mentioning we have had the real world champion. You know, the actual wrestling champion of the world. In fact, not only this, we've had the world's wrestling champion, right? The real world's wrestling champion, right? Top of the mountain, king of the castle, Mr. Nick Aldis has been on the stream, okay? The women's wrestler right now, yeah? The NWA women's wrestler, Thunder Rosa, has been on this stream. And now, and also David Lagana has been on the stream. He's quite important. But now we've got Brian Rosa as well. Brian Rosa, I just wanted to tell you that Wrestling Days is obsessed. Stop saying obsessed. Look, you're going to scare him away. Days, I got 4 new followers last week. I partied all night in my isolation room. Yes, and you deserve them as well. You deserve them. You deserved 5. Why is That's a good question from Anthony. Why is Brian Rosa's favourite thing blue? What? Why is Brian Rosa's favourite thing that is blue? What? I said it was a good question. Now I've actually read it. I don't even understand it. David Lagana. If you was here, I just put you over. I said you was really important. I can confirm that Wrestling Days and Brian Rosa are in contention to team up for a future I'm down for that. Yes, do it, Bucket. I'm there. I don't even care about this band. I'll get a private plane. I'll get over there. You team me up with Brian Rosa. Yes. I'll start training. I'll do full-on Rocky montage. I'll get some weights right now. Hang on. Getting hard now. Getting hard now. Getting ready for this. Yes, me and Brian Rosa. Oh, Brian, are you up for this? Brian, it's gotta happen. Come on, Brian, this has been my dream. Me and you, working hard now. It's the eye of the Brian. It's the thrill of the fight. And here, you know, I could do like early morning workout video. I mean, not that I can work out, not that I've ever worked out. Maybe we could learn together. Getting strong now. Oh, I'm knackered. This is hard work. How long do you have to do this for? Is it like 5 minutes a day or something? Yes. I went for these because I thought these were like manageable. I'm going to show you how serious I'm taking this. Getting hard now. Working hard now. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. make this happen. This can be a thing. These are so heavy. I can't even pick them up. The other ones are like 2 kg. Come on! Oh. I really regret that. I've used up everything. I've given it everything I've got. Oh, it's the most work I've ever done. Sexy days. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Come on, Brian. I'll sign just as long as our first match is against Question Mark and Aron Stevens. I don't want to fight real wrestlers. If we're going to work together, can we not get a couple of jobbers or something? Can we not get people that are going to put us over? Let's get Ian Rose. This Ian Rose guy, he might do it. I am so out of breath. When's the Crockett Cup? How long have I got to get into shape? Have you seen David Arquette? He is ripped. He is ripped. Getting strong now. Okay. Come on. Do it for Brian. Do it for Brian. That's going to be my mantra. Every day I'm just going to be lifting weights, screaming, do it for Brian. Brian Rosa. We should be watching this match, guys. Days, don't break yourself. I've given it my all, Jennifer. I should not be out of breath after lifting these weights. Oh, this is a very good match, by the way. If you're watching this match, it's very good. Well done, boys. Oh, I tell you what. I feel absolutely ripped. I've never felt in such great shape in my life. I feel like $1 million. Look at this. I got boobs. Where have they come from? Oh, this must be, do you know what I mean? When you get that pump on, yeah? I've got boobs. This is amazing. And they're not even like wobbly. Is there a mirror? I need a mirror. Jennifer says, don't break yourself. The community needs you. I need the community. I need you guys. Oh, Brian. This is going to happen, yeah? Is this going to happen? I'm so ready for this. Do like push-ups and things. Thunder Rosa is going to be angry when she finds out she's being used for her. I haven't used her for her. What are you on about? She's one of my favourite wrestlers. Willie Mack. Well done, Willie Mack. I can't wait for this. Can you imagine that? Me and Brian Rosa. Can you imagine it? I want Adam Rotella as the manager. He's going to be like, he could be like the third member, you know, like the New Day. Adam, can you play the trombone? Well, Adam, what instruments can you play? We need a Xavier Woods. I think, actually, Brian Rosa is going to be the big E of our group. I'm going to be the Kofi Kingston. Because clearly, look at me. You know, I'm ripped. I've got boobs. I don't know where these have come from. I've literally just got them. I've just got them. I didn't have these when the stream started. But did you see the work I was doing? And look, hard work, guys, pays. Remember this. Hard work pays. Yeah? So, put the work in. Do what I do. Yeah? Put that work in. So, hard work always pays off. In regards, though, I'm going to be Kofi. Brian Rosa's going to be Big E. And Adam Rotella is going to be Xavier Woods. So, there we go. Adam, let me know. What instrument can you play? I'm there. Yes! What instrument? You got to play an instrument. Xavier Woods comes down with a trombone. Oh, here we go. Brian Rosa has just signed an official 4-year, $4. We get paid. $4. What? I can buy more weights. Getting strong now. Bum, 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 bum. Yes. I really am pumped. I've never been this pumped. I am swole. You can call me bigger swole. You know, there's big swole. I'm even bigger swole. Huge swole. I'm huge swole. That's what I am. Look at me. God, I cannot believe I've got boobs. Cannot believe it. I've never had them before. Do the work, guys. Do the work. Put that shift in. Be like me. Let me be your inspiration, yeah? Do you know, it's all about the journey, isn't it, Adam? You've been saying this all along. It's all about the journey. Here we go. Josephus. Josephus is coming up. Adam Rotella's going to be playing the harmonica. Monica? We've got a Monica, and you're playing the harmonica. That's too coincidental. Could Monica be holding the harmonica whilst you play it? That would be a harmonica Monica. Ah! Adam, you could play the harmonica Monica. You could play the harmonica Monica. It's a brand new instrument. It's basically Monica holding a harmonica, and then Adam Rotella plays it whilst me and Brian Rosa come out during the Crockett Cup. This is the best thing that's ever happened to wrestling. There is literally nothing better than this that's ever happened. This is what isolation does. Brings out the best in people. Oh, look at this. So swole. Right, we are building towards a very important match. I can play the harmonica and the trumpet. Can you play the harmonica, Monica, though? That's the big question. Getting strong now. We need a name. What's the name going to be called? What's the team name? I need to know. Can't believe he's just signed a $4 contract. NWA, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, yeah, Mr. Corgan, yeah, and Mr. Lagana, Monkey, I'm looking at all of you, yeah, I will sign, and I will waive that $4, yeah, give it to charity. I don't want it. Just give me Brian Rosa. Give me Brian Rosa. Give me Adam Rotella playing the harmonica Monica. That's all I want. That's all I want. We are so winning that. Where am I going to put the Crockett Cup? Where can it go? I haven't got any space. Brian, you might have to have it, mate. You'll have to keep the Crockett Cup round yours, or Adam, you have it. $1 a year. No. No direction. The New Days. The New Days. Yeah, a little bit of the New Days. The New Days. This is good. I feel so bad at the fact that stepped away a little bit during that last match, but come on. There was a big idea that was put on the table. A big idea. The New Days. But Days, the $4 could buy more weights. I will invest in weights, personally. In fact, I've got a whole load of them over there. They're like a really good showpiece in the corner of the room. I never do anything with them. Right, we're building towards the hair versus hair match. The old night. How dare you? We bumped you up. It's now 13:45. I'm waving it. I'm waving it. I'm not interested. I don't need that 13:45. Do the work. Do the work, guys. Do the work. Get the rewards. Ugh. Come in for that title. Days, you just got a raise. Not interested. This is not about money. This is about inspiring the world. This is about making a real difference. This is about introducing Brian Rosa to the world. This is a great promo, by the way, from Josephus. I love that you have so much fun on YouTube. This isn't fun. This isn't a game. This is real life. We're just living life right now. Right, hair versus hair. This genuinely is a match I'm really looking forward to. The New Day's Order. Nice. Someone is going home bald. Joe Cephas. There we go. Versus David Arquette. I think, yeah. Is it like that? Yeah, that'll do. Here we go. The Kingdom of Josephus. Some nice electronic music. Look at that entrance attire. Brian, we're going to have that. We're going to wear something like that. Look at that robe. That is wonderful. Actually, Brian, we're gonna be wearing what the spiritual advisor's wearing, just so you know. Brian, Adam, check out the spiritual advisor. That's going to be our wrestling attire. I'm loving this music. The Kingdom of Josephus. The Cherub and his Brian. Takeover matches take place multiple NXT episodes. They will. The Rose Teller Sex Bombs. The Rose Teller Sex Bombs. Ladies and gentlemen, coming down to the ring, the Rose Teller Sex Bombs. Sexy, 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 sexy. Can you picture it? Am I painting a glorious picture in your brain? Wrestling Days, visit Brian Rosa at WrestleMania. Well, I'm going to have to. We're going to get our strategy together as to how we're going to bring the old Crockett Cup home. Here we go. So, Josephus, with wonderful, luscious long hair, taking on the Hollywood megastar, David Arquette. This was a huge match. This was huge. Days, that tag name would definitely suit you. Khabib versus Ferguson, I don't think that'll be cancelled. The Cherub Bots. The Cherub Bots. How do you watch NWA? Josephus is like 8 inches taller than the question mark. Yeah, it's completely different. If you look at Josephus, you can tell straight away he has got no knowledge of Monrovia whatsoever. He's bigger, hairier, more intellectual, dare I say. Doesn't know any karate. Let's put it this way. I look at Josephus, I do not see a man that has a yearning for Thunder Rosa. I look at question mark, I see a man that's absolutely besotted. There's a real difference there. A real difference. I don't even know if Josephus knows who Thunder Rosa is. And they've been on the same show. David Arquette, a megastar. Megastar. Here we go. Look, spiritual advisor in the corner. I'd love to kiss her head. I would love to just give her head a little... I think we all would. I think we all would. The audio on this has been very low. We want what? So there's a chair in the ring. Sonny has got better things to do. Thunder Rosa or Brian Rosa, can you please tell Johnny Bates to be nice to me? Then what? They're not crowd control. One is my future tag partner. The other is the current NWA Women's Wrestling Champion. Brock isn't making Mania. No, Vince McMahon does. Right, there's a little bit of trash talking going on. Josephus having a word with David Arquette. I don't know if he's trying to give him one final chance to get out of this. Yeah, sacrifice your hair follicles to the kingdom. Josephus says, I know about Hollywood. I was on TMZ today. Is that a thing? I don't know. Josephus says, I will not hurt you if you sit in that chair and make the necessary sacrifice. He is sitting in the chair. He is sitting in the chair. Here we go. Something tells me he's probably not going to get his head shaved. Days, WWE, NWA, or AEW, which is your favourite? NWA. Johnny Bates, you officially got told off by the current NWA Women's Wrestling. You should have been nice, Johnny. You should have been nice, mate. David Arquette saying, I don't know what he's saying. I legit can't hear what he's saying at the moment. Okay, he says, I trained for the fans. And he wants to do it right. You should get some pointers from me and Brian Rosa. We're gonna show you how to wrestle. It's gonna be an absolute masterclass. I'm gonna use all of my 21 years of knowledge, and he's gonna use all of his, I think he's about 24 years. So together we've got about 45 years of wrestling knowledge. Josephiah. Days, I'm back in the live stream. Shout out to you, buddy. I don't know much about the NWA. Wow, Ashton, with the world literally falling apart around you, I strongly recommend that you put a little bit of time aside, go onto the NWA YouTube channel and binge watch NWA Powerrr. Start at episode 1. Seems like a very logical place to start. And then work your way through and just have a lovely time. Because you will have a lovely time. And then you'll know everything. You'll know more than me. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. You can tell Arquette and Russo are mates. They both make the word wrestling a 3-syllable word. Wrestling. I legit just read that comment and I didn't know who it was from. And then I just saw it's from the real world champion. Mr. Tim Storm making his way out, running down to the ring. It's as if he's just smelt some of Mama Storm's freshly baked cookies. And he goes running down to the ring at great pace. Only to find no cookies. Gets into the ring, but he does find a David Arquette. Mr. William Patrick Corgan on the outside. Was that a little cameo? Is that a cameo by Mr. Lagana? Mr. Lagana, I don't even know if he's around. Probably not. But is he on a camera? Lot. Here we go. Well, Mr. Tim Storm has come down. Josephus on the outside. Yeah, Josephus and Tim Storm had a great empty arena match. They would do very well at WrestleMania. Very well. Very well. They're really going to be in their element at the moment. They prepared for what's going on right now years ago. Here we go. Tim Storm helping out David Arquette. I haven't seen Tim move that fast since he was rushing to make the cutoff for the early bird special at IHOP. Here we go. Into the corner. So Tim Storm is in there right now with David Arquette. Tim Storm working on the arm of Josephus. Double axe handle by David Arquette. And we are underway. Well, I don't know what's happening. Is this a handicap match? I'm guessing it's a handicap match unless the spiritual advisor is going to get involved. She's definitely offering prayers right now. She's definitely trying to bless Josephus at the moment. But I've got a horrible feeling that that's not going to prove very successful. It's being reported China deliberately released... Nah, rubbish. Yes, I shot the event for £10 of gold. You'll see the haircut after the match that I shot backstage. There we go, look at this, a cameo. A cameo by Mr. Lagana. For those of you that maybe aren't aware of what Mr. Lagana does, he is basically Mr. NWA, along with Mr. William Patrick Corgan. So, I don't want to give him a big head by saying he's important, but he is actually really important. Like, edits Powerrr every single week. Like, does a lot of work. David Arquette into the corner. Spiritual advisor's not getting out of the way here. She's trying to use the power of prayer to survive. Arquette is in. Nice takedown. Going for a pin. Bridge by Josephus. Daze, what match are you looking forward to at WrestleMania? I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the whole event and seeing what they do. Daze, what do you think? Who will win, Goldberg or Roman Reigns? Roman. Josephus going over, just having a little word with his spiritual advisor. Arquette, nice. Springboard, double axe handle again. Going for a pin, 2. Kick out by Josephus. Why wasn't Haku a bigger star in WWF? He didn't really have the size, did he? This is the NWA said Lagana's all right. That is, I tell you what, that is high praise. From This Is the NWA podcast, that is high praise. This is the NWA podcast. Can you talk about the fact that me and Brian Rosa are going to be a tag team in the Crockett Cup on your show? Thank you. It's huge news. Whoa! Hang on, I'm missing a whole love angle here. There's a whole... Oh, he's touching her head! I wanted to touch her head! That is immense. Look, she doesn't know what to do. She's all flummoxed. Tim Storm is down on the outside. She's all confused. Prayers can't help you now. She's fallen for him. She has fallen. You can tell by her eyes. I am the official NWA body language expert, as well as the official NWA cherub. And reading her body language right there, she is a mess. She is an absolute mess. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know if she's coming or going. She's having to look away. Josephus is getting back into the ring. She's trying to recenter herself now. There we go. And she's gone right back into prayer. So, yeah, for a moment then, she really lost herself. And now she's turning that attention directly at David Arquette. And what she's saying there is that I am shunning your advances. I am shunning the pleasures of the flesh. And instead, I am embracing the spiritual world. That is exactly what she's sending there. I like to be able to give you all of this kind of like behind the scenes information, behind the scenes of a show that I wasn't at. or wasn't even behind the scenes of. But I like to give you all of that behind. Right, Josephus. Stalking. I love it when they say that. Stalking David Arquette. And again, look at that. Look how menacing the spiritual advisor is right now. Famous KJ saying, great. I'm not doing anything. I just like wrestling. That's all you need to like. That will get you through. I've got a 20-kilogram weight right next to me and I can't move it. Shayna versus Becky is going to be main eventing. Cool. No, this is not the main event. Of course, we've still got Nick Aldis, the real world's champion, taking on James Storm. Days with Drew. Brock not main eventing. Does Brock win? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Let's just wait and see. No, this isn't the main event. I am good, Johnny Bates. Hope you are well. Should we try for another like spike? We did it before. We got 12. Here we go. I'm not that confident this time because we got 12 and I was really happy. But then it turned out a load of you actually just liked. So I'm going to give it a go. Drop a like if you want to touch the spiritual advisor's bald head. Drop a like if you want to touch the spiritual advisor's bald head. Boom! Like spike! We're on 458. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes and then we're going to take a look and see just how influential we can be. 458. That is going to rock it. You watch now. That is going to go to the moon. 461. Boom! Look at that. 461. Ah! Out of nowhere. An extra 3. You're well. Look. NWA have jumped on. NWA have jumped on. If you're enjoying the stream, hit like now. Oh, there's asking for likes as well. Now we're not going to know who's influenced. I think, look, it's only gone up by 5. So I think what's happened is they've actually taken away from my impact. I think I was going to get them 100 likes then. But they jumped on and said, drop a like. And now people are confused. They don't know who to listen to. And so it's only resulted in 8 likes. 8 likes. I'm blaming Mr. Lagana for that. I am totally blaming Mr. Lagana for that. I was on the verge of inspiring them. Here we go. Look, spiritual advisor on the outside. David Arquette in a bit of trouble. It looks like he's trying to tag the spiritual advisor in. Mr. Famous Man. Yeah, Mr. Famous Man. I unliked so that I could like again. Wow, it's a big like spike. It's gone up by 12. Tim Storm is trying to reach out to get that tag. The referee just tagged him. The referee's tagged in. The referee just tagged. The referee's the legal man. I know the rules. It's got to be Josephus versus the ref now. That means David Arquette's the referee. Arquette has got his shoulder up. Couldn't get the pin. Tony Storm is in the crowd. Is she? What? I'm looking for a girl. You're on wrestling days. You want dating days. Get in line with everyone who blames me for everything. Here we go, against the ropes. Arquette picked up, dropped down. Sidewalk slam. Kick out by David Arquette. Daisy's mobile gym is him walking to the dinner table. Absolutely. How long is the stream? I would love to make some waffles. We got one more. I think it's one more match after this. I think it's the main event after this. I think. This is hair versus hair. The loser is going to be shaved bald. The loser is going to look like the spiritual advisor. David Arquette down. No, online dating. I think it'll be 14 likes. No, that's 16 likes. That last like thing just did 16. That is huge. There is a window of opportunity. David Arquette trying to get over to Tim Storm. Josephus is down. There's not much he can do to stop this. In comes Tim Storm. Josephus is up. Clothesline. Down again. Against the ropes goes Josephus. Big boot. He is fired up, isn't he, Tim Storm? Fired up. The perfect storm is brewing against the ropes. Oof. One. No, not interested. Not interested. Wants to do a little bit more damage. I think, does he want David Arquette to get the pin? Yeah, he's tagged in David Arquette. Arquette going up top. 1, 2, 3, and he gets it. So there we go. In case you were wondering, David Arquette wins. That means Josephus is going to have his head shaved. That is going to come as a big surprise to a lot of you. I asked for likes for Josephus's hair, and it got a ton of likes. There is Mr. William Patrick Corgan is passing a chair into the ring, chucking a chair over to Tim Storm. Oh, it's such a shame because Josephus has got such luscious hair. I tell you what, Mr. Corgan's coming in because he is actually a trained hairdresser. A lot of people don't know this, but he did train in a hairdressing salon in the Alps as a young man for 20 years. Yeah, it was very disciplined. You have to clean down the salon at the beginning and the end of every day. It's very much like a Japanese dojo. And yeah, he is one of the world's best when it comes to hairdressing. You can see what he's doing there with the chair, making sure that there's no hair on the chair, just flicking the chair nice and clean. He's not going to be partaking. He's just going to be overseeing this procedure. Oh, no, the spiritual advisor's sacrificing herself here. Spiritual advisor's sacrificing her hair. Oh, but they've seen through that plan. Look at Josephus. He has got lovely hair. Lovely. Days, do you prefer Kevin Owens as babyface or heel? Babyface. Heel. I don't care. What channel is this on? It's on the NWA. NWA Wrestling. Oh, look at this. This breaks my heart. This absolutely breaks my heart. Josephus is sitting there. They're cutting his hair. Are they using scissors? That's quite clever. There's lots of times in wrestling where they've used clippers and it's never quite worked that well. And it doesn't properly cut, or it like rips the hair. Rips the scalp as well. See, I told you Mr. Corgan knows his stuff. Those are professional hairdressing clippers that you can only get from the Alps. Oh, the beard as well. The beard, no! Look, the spiritual advisor has asked for it. The spiritual advisor has got the beard in her hands. Look at this. It's heartbreaking. And here, now they're comfortable with the clippers. Mr. Corgan said it's okay at this point. And it's working absolutely fine. One of the best. One of the best in the business. I really hope we get to see WrestleMania. I'll give you a shout out on YouTube. I'm sure we will. A fantastic sacrifice by Josephus. I don't think Josephus was ever the same after this, was he? I think this really changed Josephus. She's trying to gather every... Mr. Corgan's like, this is what it's going to look like. He is absolutely loving it. He is absolutely loving it. And that's it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've seen better haircuts. I'm not sure that's going to catch on in 2020. Look, she wants every single strand. Every single strand. What the security want? Is the security guard saying you got to go back in for more or something? What's he want? The only thing that might be more blinding would be seeing Days bald. Look at that. Horrific. There you go. If you want to see some like behind the scenes stuff in regards to this, if you want to see how we got to this pop-up event, make sure that you watch that 10 pounds of gold. That's what Mr. Lagana was just mentioning to us. He is filming at ringside. But he's not filming for this. He's filming for 10 pounds of gold. I don't think they quite trusted him to film for this show. I think they just probably gave him a little side project to do. Which is probably wise, in all fairness. Just give him his own little thing, you know. Keep him quiet. Yeah, he was doing 10 pounds gold. But joking aside, if you've not seen that series, if you want to binge watch on some NWA, then you absolutely can. Because not only is there power, but there's the whole 10 pound of gold series to go through as well. Whilst you're stuck indoors, Josephus was never the same. I know. Woozy Isaac says, I'm your father. Thank you, Woozy. Thank you. So they're just showing us a little recap of Josephus. Grabbing what's left of his hair, walking away. A big smile on the face of Tim Storm. There's Orange Santa! Yes! Orange Santa and David Arquette. Here we go, look, they're finishing the job off backstage. Looks like Mick Foley. Anyone else think he looks like Mick Foley? Are we sure that's not Mick Foley? It's Mick Foley? Have a nice day. Wow. Mick Foley? The ring announcers say that Josephus will be available for photos in the lobby. Hey, I'm back. Can I get a shout out? Yeah, Beaver Cleavage, shout out to you. Beaver Cleavage, you might not have heard the news. I'm in a tag team now with Brian Rosa. It's very exciting. If Thunder Rosa is your mom and question mark is your dad, who are the rest of your siblings? That's it. I'm really looking forward to this documentary. This documentary looks absolutely fascinating. I don't know where it's... Is it in the cinemas? Is it Netflix? Well, I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know if they mention it at any point, but... South by Southwest 2020 Film Festival official selection. So it's brand new. But it looks awesome. Hello, Aldis. Hope you are well. Aldis, I don't know if you've heard. I'm in a tag team with Brian Rosa, Thunder Rosa's husband. We're called the Lightning Roses. That's what we're called, the Lightning Roses. The Lightning Roses. The Lightning Roses, not Thunder Rosa. The Lightning Roses. That's our new name. We're called the Lightning Roses. I'm quite pleased with that. Quite pleased with that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lightning Roses. I really do want to watch this. Sucks that they had to cancel South by Southwest. They had to cancel everything. Brian Rosa is a perfect partner. Yeah. Not best pleased that I've got to share him with Thunder Rosa, but... Daisy, did you hear the Big Show's got a new TV show? I did, yeah. It's going to be on Netflix, isn't it? He looks like he has a full-blown breakdown at least 7 times in this documentary. There's like 7 different occasions where he looks like he has a meltdown. You cannot kill David Arquette, but it doesn't say what it's on. It just says wild and entertaining. That was good. It's been a good show. Moda and Jesse. Moda and Jesse, yes. 2 women's qualifying matches have been announced for NXT. Okay, what have we got? They're talking about Mr. Nick Aldis. There you go. You can go to the NWA's YouTube page to watch this actual show. Here we go then, friends. The World's Heavyweight Championship on the line against 2 competitors that we know very, very well from Powerrr. Mr. Nick Aldis taking on Mr. James Storm. Here we go. I'm looking forward to this. These main events always deliver, don't they? I will learn to isolate myself. We're all having to learn to isolate ourselves. Okay, so James Storm is at ringside. Daisy, are you doing a watch along for NXT and AEW tomorrow? Absolutely. You know it. So, here we go. Can the Cowboy James Storm take that title away from Nick Aldis? We sort of know the answer. But it should still be a very interesting match. He's come down with a beard and a beer. I've got tickets to San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm fearing that that will be cancelled. Is that June? Is that June time? That's going to be touch and go, isn't it? Netflix and chill is the world right now. YouTube and chill. Disney Plus and chill. NWA and chill. They should get a graphic out, shouldn't they? That says NWA and chill. I'll make that graphic for them. Days, how long is NWA? Because I want to go and make a cup of tea. Make a cup of tea? How long does it take you to make a cup of tea? Is it like a 5-hour thing? Like, what are you drinking? Pretty sure you can go and make a cup of tea, dude. Is in that last match, was that David Arquette, ex-WCW World Champion? It was, yes. Here we go. Mr. Nick Aldis with his insurance protection. Camille. It's a great belt. Orange Santa! Orange Santa gets a picture with Nick Aldis. Nice. Orange Santa has been all over this show. So there we go. Mr. Aldis going all the way around the ring, making sure that everyone can see that 10 pounds of gold. I mean, it's a real treat to just see that belt, isn't it? In person, I am a belt freak. I love belts. If ever I get chance to head over and go to like one of the Power TV tapings, definitely want to see if I can find that belt. Love to just look at it. Just think about the history and all that kind of stuff. Just fascinating. Look at that. A little kiss. Little kiss for the £10 of gold. You can see the pride and the dignity and really comes across. Right. Main event time, my friends. Nick Aldis versus James Storm with Camille on the outside. Oh, did I... What? NWA and Chill. Also a retro commercial with the tagline, new to you, to play on the YouTube pre-roll. Belt nerd. I'm a belt nerd. 100%. It's time for the main event. Days to play Fortnite. I've never played it, no. Never played it. Days, look at the group chat. You won't regret it. Look at Moda's and Jesse's texts. I'll have a look after, bud. We're about to start with the main event. I already feel bad that I haven't paid this show enough attention because I've been freaking out about Brian Rose. I've done a workout midstream. I am looking swole though. I think they're going down a little bit now, but I am starting to look swole. My boobs are dirty. I can tell you that much. And it's not the first time I've ever said that. Okay, here we go. Big introductions, big announcements. Son, what is your favourite wrestler, son? My favourite wrestler? I genuinely like the NWA wrestlers. It's hard to choose. Over in WWE, it's a bit easier. I really like Asuka. All time, probably The Undertaker or Shawn. Will the match still be on time? I have made my cup of tea. They're still doing intros. I think you've made your cup of tea at the perfect moment, so well done to you. Days, I made egg tacos. Okay. Days, are you a model? Yes. Yes, thank you for noticing. Finally, someone, after all these hours of live streams, finally someone asks, are you a model? That's only taken 2 years. Here we go then. Main event time. Nick Aldis versus James Storm. This is the big one. The main event for the £10 of gold. These two obviously know each other so well that you know this is going to be a very entertaining match. You know that the chemistry is going to be there in this match. And I think that's what makes it quite intriguing. Obviously, we sort of know the outcome. But still very interested in watching it play out. I've never seen this match. I don't know how long it goes for. Nice, over to the ropes. Days, who is your best friend on YouTube? You are, Ashton. You are my best friend. Here we go. They're locking up. A little bit out of a test of strength, but they're not quite going for it. I'm always fascinated by how matches start, because they're always having to like feel each other out, and there's always a bit of a scramble, and it's always quite interesting to see who can get that early advantage and how they get it. There's so many different ways to start a match. Yeah, and look at this. We've got a bit of a scramble going on here. Lots of reversals. Over to the ropes, James Storm. Referee coming in, telling them to break. James Storm just pacing a little bit frustrated in these early exchanges. Don't know if you saw, but we watched Cody versus Nick Aldis last week on NWA 70. I'm not sure if that's still on the NWA channel. But if you didn't see last week and you didn't get a chance to watch, jump over to the NWA channel. Check out NWA 70 and check out that main event because it was absolutely brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. They were fighting they were fighting over on the concession stands, and they were fighting everywhere. Lots of back and forth. It was Camille's first appearance. Brandy Rhodes was at ringside. There was loads of former champions as well. It had a real big fight feel. Big fight feel. James Storm extending his hand, helping Nick Aldis up. So there is a degree of respect between these two. And as he said, some nice early exchanges so far. Daze, who do you think is more active on the streams, and who do you recognise more? I see a lot of similar names across all of the streams. I can't say I recognise anyone more. I don't know. I don't get it. The more that you're on the streams, the more I'm gonna see your comments and recognise you. So if you don't come on that often, or if you don't comment that often, then I won't recognise you as much. I'm sure the people that you recognise are probably the same people that I recognise. James Storm looking for a super kick, and Nick Aldis getting out of the ring. Regrouping. Smart work. Where is... Camille doesn't ever get involved, does she? She's standing round the other side, just kind of keeping herself to herself. Big strike by James Storm. Big right hand kick to the midsection by Nick Aldis. Big chop. Are you going to be a clown for Halloween? No, we don't ever really do. Who even knows if Halloween's going to go ahead? No idea when this is going to settle down. You would hope that it'll be done by October. Right, Storm going out the ring, chasing after Nick Aldis. Big chop. Oh, chop back. Ooh. Those chops sound loud. Big strike to the face. Right by Orange Santa. Oh, using the boot of Orange Santa. How did he know to do that? How did he know to do that? Where's Aron Santa? How did he know to do that? Aron Santa putting his boot up. Wow. You've got to keep your eye on Orange Santa. He is such a little sneaky sneakster, isn't he? He's a little sneaky sneakster. Do you think I could be a YouTuber? Yes, 100%. Woozy. How do you watch Raw and SmackDown and NXT Live? BT Sport. Days, you deserve a cup of tea because you've been streaming for ages. Mate, when you've got shows like this to watch, it's nothing but a pleasure. When you've got things like this and, actual members of the... I mean, these are my favourite streams. I say this so many times, and I don't just say it. What are the streams do we do where you get, key personnel of the companies actually joining you on stream, or current champions joining you on stream? You see the gentleman in the blue, he's been in our stream. He was in the stream earlier. Now look up top, the current real world wrestling champion. Missile drop kick. Goes for a pin on James Storm. Kick out by James Storm. Nice. Daze, what is your favourite pay-per-view of the year? Maybe... when was Hard Times? Hard Times was really good. Wrestle Kingdom was really good. I'd say either of those. You just made my day, son. No worries. I always thought Canadians and maple syrup was a joke, but apparently Canadians really do like the stuff. I'm sure they do. Right, here we go. Both guys getting up to their feet. Back elbow by James Storm against the ropes. Back elbow by Nick Aldis. Days, is it possible you could stream every day for the foreseeable future to put smiles on our faces? Well, we're definitely streaming tomorrow. I don't know what we would stream on Thursday. There's a chance. I'm a little bit concerned that I probably could do with just resting my voice. What with all the shouting and screaming that we do on the streams. I do feel like I'm lacking a little bit of power at the moment in my voice. So I don't know. We might not on Thursday, or we might just do something short. But I mean, we're back Friday, certainly Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We do stream a lot. AEW Revolution, that was a good show, yeah. That was a good show. 1, 2, kick out. All-American Killer Rabbit. What was that sign? Did you see that sign? All-American Killer Rabbit. What's that about? What's the All-American... Is that in the crowd? Is there an All-American Killer Rabbit in the crowd? What's that about? Against the ropes. Baseball. Slide. First British-born NWA champion. Mr. Nick Aldis. Hey Days, how's it going? It's going well, thank you. We're at the main event of the NWA Pop Up event. If you want to watch it, go over to the NWA YouTube channel. It's over on there right now. You have cured my depression. Brilliant. Nick Aldis versus James Storm. That's what we're watching. How many days until Mania? I don't know. It's a week on Saturday. I'm going to prison tomorrow. Okay. Well, you're probably... I mean, that's a really good way of self-isolating. So, shoulder to the midsection of James Storm. Here we go. Oh, big boot. James Storm bringing Nick Aldis into the ring. So, Nick Aldis is down. Both guys are down at the moment. Camille on the outside, just having a little look. She's edging over. She's having a good look at James Storm here. Look, she is going over. What's she doing? Got to keep an eye on Camille. Oh, just a little tease. That was all it was. Just a little tease. Right, both guys up top now looking for a superplex. Days Hell in a Cell 2019 was a super good. The ending was beautiful. It's 11 days until WrestleMania. He will not be self-isolating in the shower. Oh! That is true. That is true. You, Woozy, you will be self-isolating, but not when you're in the showers. Right, both guys are down. How are you going to be a YouTuber from prison? That is a really good question. Is there any YouTubers that are in prison? There's many YouTubers that should be in prison. But, I don't know. Is there any YouTubers in prison? Can you YouTube from prison? They must have access to computers. I bet it's limited access. Here we go. James Storm over by the ropes. Big right hands coming in by Nick Aldis. Does anyone watch any prison YouTubers at all? Feel free to drop it in the chat if you do. Big strikes, big right hands coming in from James Storm now. Up, spinebuster, no. Atomic drop, clothesline. Backed into the corner, up, over the top. Top rope Enziguri. James Storm against the ropes. Oh! Net breaker. Yeah, Nick Aldis is in a bit of trouble here. Jacks the jaw. Aldis is seeing stars. Daze, you say the dirtiest jokes I've ever heard. Daze, do you remember the gambler from WCW? That was my favourite. Here we go. Up top, James Storm comes crashing down. 1, 2, shoulder up. Shoulder up. Daze, we need geography. How far are you from docking? We covered that. We covered that, buddy. We did that in the last one. I showed you where docking was. I showed you where I was streaming. I think we worked out 3 hours or something. It's about 3 hours in a car. And I've never been. I look forward to the day the NWA do a pop-up event there. Pop-up docking. What would it be called? Get your suggestions in. What would it be called? If the NWA go to docking, which is the place where the real world's champion comes from, what would it be called? Up top. Double axe handle for up top. Gets caught. Belly to belly. They say you like bad boys. Well, when I signed up for Club Penguin, I didn't get my parents' permission. Daze, what would you rate this NWA pop-up? I would say 7 or 8. I think that's fair. I think it's been a solid show. He's in trouble. NWA dock up. NWA homecoming. That's nice. I like that. How about NWA flocking to docking? How about that? Welcome everyone to the NWA. We are all flocking to docking. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Just like some real old school wrestling music. NWA flocking to docking. No worries, Swamp Manor. I do like NWA Homecoming. I think that's good. I've escaped prison 3 times. Nice. Why didn't James Storm stay in NXT? He wasn't interested, was he? For some reason. Didn't he do like 1 match? Chalmers, Robin. Now there's a pay-per-view name. Flocking to docking. Yes. We're all flocking to docking for this NWA mega show. Flocking to docking. Nice knees to the back. Almost had a new champ. Just 2 count. Fred, shout out to you. Sunny Wolf has finished her waffles. Samara is single. Guys, Samara is single. Samara, are you looking for a male friend? Are you looking for a female friend? Are you looking for an animal? What are you after? Because if you're looking for an animal... Rah. Big kick to the midsection by Nick Aldis. Days, watch you, Adam, and Brian factions that were called the Lightning Rosas. The Lightning Rosas. Because you've got Thunder Rosa, but we're the Lightning Rosas. There we go. Well, we need to see, don't we? We need to see. What is Samara looking for? I identify as a toucan, says Swamp Manor. Here we go. James Storm has got Nick Aldis up. Oh. James 2020. Hey Days, have you seen Dark Side of the Ring? I haven't seen it yet, no. I have not seen it yet, my friend. It is on my to-watch list. Tombstone! Under Aldis! Nick Taker with a tombstone. The Under Aldis. Under Aldis up top. Macho Aldis drops the elbow. Oh, Macho Man Aldis. Nick Man Savage. I finished my cup of tea. Thank God. Samara says, hi there, I am single. Samara, we know you're single. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a man? Are you looking for a woman? What are you looking for? Samara, this isn't a dating stream. Wow, look, I'm just saying, if she wants to tell us. The Nick Taker. Hello, C Wrestling. Hope you are well. This match was me versus Cardio. I bet it was. I'd have been blown up just coming down to the ring. It's great chemistry, though. So, Mr. Aldis in one corner, James Storm in the other, goes crashing into the corner as Nick Aldis moves out of the way. Up top, James Storm. So, Nick Aldis in control at the moment. Nick Taker under Aldis, hitting a tombstone earlier in the match. Storm. Here we go. Eye of the Storm, spinning it round. 1, 2. Oh. How did you kick out of that? Dig deep. Not many people kick out of that move. But when everything is on the line. So, Nick Aldis down. He's trying to get back up to his feet. Stagger over to the corner. Yeah, man, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. That was a big bump. Big chop as well by James Storm. The stream started 3 hours ago. It did. Days, what shirt should you buy? You should buy We Are Power, the NWA shirt where proceeds go to staff and talent. It's on NWA shop right now. Make sure you buy that shirt. Or you can get the tank tops. Here we go. So it's all James Storm right now, and he's chopping away. Oof, another nasty chop. That can't be fun. That can't be a barrel of laughs at all. This is a good match. Do you agree? Of course I agree. I'm really enjoying the stream. Shout out to you, Wrestling Days fan. Thank you for the support, my friend. Oh, we never told Mr. Aldis about flocking to docking. Here we go, in the corner, looking for superplex. Not going to quite get it, though. Oh! You see the height that James Storm got there? Nick Aldis to the outside. Days, I'm going to buy the NWA title pin badge. It looks amazing. I agree. Beaver cleavage, I agree. Carnage is coming to AEW according to Matt Hardy. Oh, I already did. Good man. Good man. Both guys up in the corner. And they both go crashing to the outside. Now, we've not seen Camille getting involved. She didn't look like she was interested to get involved, so I don't know if she... Oh, he's gone right round to her. James Storm is right round by Camille, but she moves out the way. She moves out the way. It's weird seeing Mr. Corgan just sitting at ringside as well. Here we go. Oh, clothesline into each other. On the outside. Both guys go down. It was like a train crash. Dace, does NWA Arrival sound good? Sounds very good. Sounds very good. Jesse is married. Jesse is married. So, both guys are down. If you are just joining us, I can see there's people joining us all the time. Oh, hello. What's Mr. Corgan doing? What's he saying? Oh, he's saying he doesn't want it to end in a count out? Well, that's good. What's he getting upset for? That's good. If it's a count out, you don't win the title. He's saving your bacon here, James Storm. No count out. I think that's what he's saying. You wouldn't have won. Oh, into a super kick. He got caught. He got caught. Drama. Right, no count out. No DQ. Another super kick. 1, 2. Oh, that's how close. That's how close Nick Aldis came to losing the £10 of gold. Real drama. Wow. I don't know what James Storm's upset about. I don't know where Camille is. Oh, there she is. You've always got to keep your eye on Camille. So, Nick Aldis down in the ring. What do you think about NWA? Love the NWA. It's my favourite promotion. Storm's grabbed a beer. Oh, is he leaving? Oh, what's this? Camille is like, what are you drinking for? She's straight edge. Camille is straight edge. Camille's like, look, he's having a beer during a match. He's not meant to be drinking at work. I think Camille secretly works in the HR department, and all she was trying to do was she was trying to point out that James Storm was having a drink whilst he was at work. And instead, for that, she gets sent to the back. Unbelievable. Here we go. Nick Aldis getting the boot up, but gets caught. Oh, big right hand. That's a massive right hand. Oh. 1, 2. Was Aldis' shoulders down? Oh, I need to see that finish again. Well, Nick Aldis has retained. We've got a lovely shot there of Mr. Lagana. Mr. Lagana desperately trying to get some TV time. There we go. Desperately trying to get on camera. He can claim that he wasn't, but we know the truth. But there we go. Days check out Jason Elliott on Twitter. His costume looks great. Days Nick Aldis is the knicker taker. What, because of his tombstone? Aldis doesn't look satisfied by this. Well, there we go. Mr. Aldis has retained the title. James Storm not happy about that. Really good match, though. Really enjoyed it. Some real drama towards the end. Billy Corgan playing favourites with his old TNA friends. Wow, that is quite an accusation that you have made there. That is quite an accusation. Camille should focus on Thunder Rosa. Now you're talking my language, Anthony. Now you are talking my language. So, James Storm saying that the NWA is proven over and over again that it is the National Wrestling Alliance. And it is the benchmark in professional wrestling. I think Marty Scurll will be the one that beats Nick Aldis. Ooh. He's had a hell of a run. Hell of a run. He's been a brilliant champion, but I don't know. Will he lose it? You know that they're going to face each other eventually. It was meant to happen at Crockett Cup. It's obviously now been delayed. Well, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very solid show. I really enjoyed the Jazz Ali match. The Crazy Steve match was Sam Shaw. Crazy Steve match, I thought that was absolutely brilliant. The Willie Mack match I thought was really strong. The main event I thought was really strong. Obviously, it was fun just seeing Joe Cephas. That match itself wasn't the strongest of matches, but Tim Storm's obviously a fantastic worker. So is Joe Cephas. I think David Arquette definitely trying to show that he can do it and he can hang. And it was a decent match. I enjoyed it. I get your scores in. I'd be interested to know. I would be interested to know what you would score that show. Aldis was set to defend against PCO at a Ring of Honor show next month as well. Well, it'll all be on hold, won't it? I gave NWA 70. I gave that show 9 out of 10. Now, I don't think this Tonight Show was quite that level, if I'm being honest. I really enjoyed NWA 70, and I enjoyed Tonight, but I think NWA 70 was... I think it was special. It was meant to be special. It was celebrating 70 years of the NWA. And I think this pop-up event was a very solid show. But I'm not sure that it was quite at the NWA 70 level. So if NWA 70 was a 9, I'm going to say this was an 8. I think it was very solid, very enjoyable, well worth watching. Just lots of great moments, lots of great wrestling, lots of great matches, really good main event. Don't forget as well, like, it takes... A little bit gets taken away when you already know some of the results. Like, we already know who was going to win that main event. So a little bit gets taken, not from the score. I just mean, like, maybe it doesn't have the drama that it would have had if you was watching it at the time. So you have to take that into consideration as well. So, but I think as a show, I think it was very strong. Really enjoyable stuff. 10, 6, 8.5, 7.8, 6.7, 9, 8. So some solid scores. Godzilla Artist says 8.5. So yeah, I'd say we're all kind of thinking along the same lines. Jim Gore says 10 out of 10 just for the Rosemary appearance and helping Crazy Steve win. 10 out of 10 says Brandon Lewis. Brian Schaefer says 4.25. Logan Nero says 9. I can't wait to see what the NWA is going to do next. Ashton gives it 10 out of 10. I tell you, people seem to really enjoy this show. I think a lot of people are kind of around my thinking that NWA 70 was maybe a touch better than this. But still take nothing away. It seems like people really, really enjoyed this show. And again, you've got to give that praise to the NWA for giving us this show for free. This is a show that you would normally have to purchase. This is a show that you'd buy on DVD or you'd buy from like Fight and, you know, you'd watch it there. But NWA just gave you this show tonight for free. For you to watch for free on YouTube. Just like for a Tuesday night, you know. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for Powerrr to come back, but massive shout out to what the NWA are doing, and massive shout out to the NWA talent as well, because it's hard. It's hard for everyone at the moment going through what we're all going through. So make sure that you're supporting them. Make sure that you're buying the shirts. But more importantly than that, make sure that you are getting excited for one of the hottest new tag teams in wrestling. Wrestling Days, Brian Rosa, Adam Rotella. We are coming. We are coming for that Crockett Cup. You heard it here first. Breaking news. The Lightning Rosas. The Lightning Rosas are on the way. I don't know if this is the NWA podcast have got a post show. I would imagine that they do. Let me just quickly search and have a look for you. Boom. And then I can tell you whether to go there or not. They are there. But do they have a post show? They do. They do have a post show that's going to start in about 10 minutes time. So this is the NWA podcast. I've got a post show that's going to start in about 10 minutes. You'll be able to go over there and talk all things pop-up event. That's had Orange Santa all over that show. Dorno Wrestling, who was on This Is the NWA podcast earlier, she was at that show as well. Obviously very interesting to see the likes of David Arquette. It's a very different feel. You had Mr. Corgan at ringside as well. Really, really solid stuff. So some great scores that have come in. And get your final thoughts in or final questions or whatever before we have to say goodbye. And then we can throw over to This Is the NWA podcast. Guys, it might seem off on the group chat. It's because I'm shaking with anger. What? TNA Rocks, what do you think is next for NWA and Ring of Honor? I think we just need to get back. We just need to get past what's happening in the world. And I think what they were doing was brilliant. I think people really want to see Nick Aldis against Marty. As you heard in the chat, there's people saying that they feel that could be the match where Mr. Aldis does lose the title. And maybe, I don't know. I think it is one of his toughest challenges. And I think he could lose the title. What happens to the NWA title then? I mean, does it spend more time in Ring of Honor than at Powerrr? You know, maybe it goes from Powerrr and it spends more time in Ring of Honor then, and then we need someone to go and get it back. Who would get it back? Would Nick Aldis get it back if he did lose it? Would there be someone else that would step forward? Is there someone knocking on the door? Is there, what about like a Trevor Murdoch or someone like that? I don't know. Ricky Starks, or would it be too soon? So I think it would be very, very interesting. I feel like the relationship between Ring of Honor and NWA is very strong. I think it's very exciting for the future. So, and I think you was going to see that really come to the forefront at the Crockett Cup. We know there was quite a few Ring of Honor stars that were going to be taking part in the Crockett Cup. We've seen a lot of Ring of Honor stars coming over, like the Bouncers and Matt Cross, Marty. So we've seen a lot of their talent coming over. But I think that relationship was only going to get stronger. And as we said, could have been that Marty could have beaten Nick Aldis. I don't know that he would have. I'm just saying. Could have. And then maybe the title would go over there. My brother's girlfriend has cheated on him. Wow, dramas. Shout out to everyone that's joined us. Thank you. I know this was a weird one. Normally we watch Powerrr, but Powerrr is still not quite ready yet. They're having to edit it and make it make sense. Because at the moment it's still building towards a Crockett Cup that's just not coming at the moment. So they're still having to edit it and see what they can make of it. But, 2 weeks in a row now, we've had pay-per-view shows. It's been an absolute treat. And who knows what next week's going to bring? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they do next week. Maybe Powerrr will be ready next week. I don't know. What if Marty wins and PCO turns on him? Interesting. That's very interesting. I like PCO. I like his shtick. I'm going with the word shtick. So I like what he's doing. So, that could be very interesting. I'm very interested to see what they can do with the women's division as well, because I kind of feel like they need to bring in someone new. I feel that Thunder Rosa's very dominant. I think she's she's beaten Allysin Kay twice now. Obviously, Melina's kind of around, but I don't know. I just don't know where that next big challenge is coming from. Is it too soon for Camille? We've not seen Camille wrestle. Is it too soon to put Camille in there? That would be, I want to see it. It would be an absolute dream match. But is it too soon? We don't know what Camille's like. We haven't got a clue. Camille could be awful. She might not be a wrestler. We don't know. I mean, you look at her. She is absolutely jacked. You know that she's going to bring power. But what's her ring awareness like? What's her stamina like? It's fascinating stuff. Really interesting. I feel that Camille is going to be that next challenge. I really want it to be, but part of me does worry, is it a little bit too soon? But they're in such a great place because they've got such strong connections, the NWA, that, they had surprises lined up. New Japan Pro Wrestling is 22nd. What? That's when it's back. Is that when it's back? 22nd of August. I'm in middle school. You get a girlfriend. You break up 2 weeks later. Yes. Su Yung is available. All Japan is underrated. I don't know much about All Japan these days. Obviously, I know a lot about All Japan from the 90s. Well, say a lot. I know what most people know with the 4 Pillars of Heaven and things like that. But and I know that they are in talks with WWE, but I don't know any more than that. Men One Cool rates it an 8 out of 10. Ashton rates it 8 out of 10 as well. So, as we said, seems like people really enjoyed the show. That's about it. I mean, it's just a few minutes until This Is the NWA podcast are going to start. And as we said, they're going to go through things in a lot more detail. We are going to be back tomorrow for NXT and AEW. So make sure that you join us again tomorrow. I will be over on This Is the NWA podcast, but I never really comment too much over there. So make sure that you go over, show them some love, show some love to the NWA as well. Pick up that shirt if you haven't already. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Cheeky little 3.5 hour stream. Which, as we said, when you've got a show like that to watch, it's an absolute pleasure. So, awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.